And that's how I killed a goose.
And that's how he killed a goose.
And that's how I killed a goose.
You're going to be relying on your stream recording this time, since like none of the recorders are here.
Huh. That is interesting.
I just realized that I can't even, like, my Alfred has been trying to meet Sasha for the longest time, and it still isn't going to happen. So, oh well.
Oh yeah, last time Stroik found themselves not unable to lie, but uncaring to do so, and because of that, we got questioned by the naval officer of a new planet.
Oh, so we actually are at the new planet?
Yep.
Finally.
You are about to get off the ship right now.
Oh, it should still be up there. List of the facts of the planet.
Oh yeah, that.
So we're not 2 days on the next scenario.
Where would the planet facts be?
Just scroll up in the conversation.
Oh.
And it would be around this moment that the world shakes and magic changes.
Is this the Great Borkening?
No, it's just a minor borkening.
Yep. It's a...
The Great Whimpering.
The good boy was having a bad dream.
And now magic is gone forever.
Someone
gone,
who
it's just different.
Yep.
Someone who has never interacted with, has nothing to do with magic. I feel nothing.
Same.
You're just like, oh, my strength has shook this world.
It is kind of unfortunate. Part of a possible piece of lore of Stroik's home planet is that, like, while none of the inhabitants can yield magic, the planet itself does.
Oh.
So that's unfortunate.
I mean, magic is still there, so that's probably still true.
You could also argue that the planet could still use powerful magic because it's a planet and not just random people.
Also, what says that a planet can't have stunts?
Also true.
The planet can be alive to come back to life. Can have stunts.
That's true, yeah. And this is the same continuity of Season 1, it's just elsewhere.
Alright, so we're on the planet. So... Actually, I was going to take initiative, but Alfred is, like, just going to follow whoever goes out first.
The milk
Which
is
is milk.
sleepwalking.
Yep.
Yep.
Gonna find myself a cane so I can still walk with my literally dead leg.
Oh. Also, we're all royal citizens.
Royal citizens?
Officially.
Yeah.
Before leaving the ship last session, we discovered that anyone who is not a member of royalty can be, at any time, 100% legally, detained as a slave.
Ah.
So we're like, yeah, we should probably be royalty. So we printed out some royalty. And here we are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all barons, I believe.
Baron von Alfred. I like it. I guess it'd be Baron von Humorous, actually, which sounds even better.
But you're barons of another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless someone took the time to explain this to me up like right now, considering he woke up from being in the hospital bay, he's not aware of this.
Fair. Stroik would directly contradict it, were nobody to tell him not to.
Actually, I'm trying to think what Alfred would do in this situation. Because he's never been royalty and he's only known to serve royalty. So he might just opt out of that and just say, yeah, for the purposes of this planet, I'm just going to be the slave of this group. But I would prefer the what do you call it? The title of servant and not slave. I mean, that's kind of an invocation, like a self-invocation of my serve hard too. So I don't know if I get a point from that, but I'll go with it anyway.
I'll count it. Bonk.
It does throw a possible wrench in our plan.
I hope. Well, this will be fun then.
Alfred cannot go anywhere without an escort.
That's fine. That's pretty much what he does anyway.
Why would I want to go anywhere with an escort? I could not serve them.
Yeah. And this whole planet is here for me to serve too. It's the best.
Why don't we just leave Alfred here? It's like, no, thanks, I'm happy here.
You can also change your Roll20 name to Alfred, which few
Oh,
usually
yeah, how do I
reminds
do
you to
that?
do.
Yeah, you should do that.
In the gear menu, you can just put your display name there.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And also that green token is Jimothy Weimar's character.
That's what I figured. Jimothy. That's a name.
Yeah, don't we have some devilish rogue on board?
Come in, living the high life. All right.
Alright, so Milk.
Oh.
The first thing that you're going to notice as you step out of the ship is that this place is immaculate.
What kind of surface am I standing on?
Everything is metal,
Okay.
and there are ornate patterns across every surface.
Also, you can breathe and not die.
Yeah, I figured I'd find that out pretty quick.
We're barons of the oxygen planet.
And all
Oh, you
spaces
don't wanna go
are
here.
much larger than they need to be.
Is like our structure still tower based?
No.
Okay.
We do know that this planet has a highly mobile military.
Like, this entire city is, like, pyramid shaped.
Oh, so okay. Like it's all inside a pyramid.
No. Like, the buildings form a pyramid.
Okay, I see.
It's like a mall. It's pyramid shaped.
We're in a new place. I've got to wait a few minutes, see if anyone joins me, but I'm gonna start wandering around and look around this place.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
Strike will
following.
follow.
Is Sasha busy doing something or unconscious?
Sasha temporarily ceases to exist.
Sasha
That's
is in a
concerning.
stress coma.
It's
He was
funny
so
because
busy trying to get ready that he just went into a coma.
that actually makes sense because Sasha was the only one talking to the other people after they disallowed Strike to do so. So it's just like, in terms of continuity, Sasha just has a stress non-existence. Just like, it's like, all right, see you then.
Yep.
It was the Borkening.
Yeah, it took a lot out of him.
Too magic. The hand's still here though. Alright,
Well, I, for one, quite like the look of this land. It seems as though it's been well kept.
so
Alfred
Indeed.
says from inside the ship.
I'm with Milk. How do I zoom out on this thing?
There's the thing at the top right. There's like a slider.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost entirely zoomed out all the time.
So, his strike visually looks for garbage.
I just love, like, oh boy, we're finally at this planet that we've been trying to get to. Everybody just kind of looks at each other, like Milk is the only person that leaves.
No, I said strike follows.
And Alfred would say that he would follow in the first one to go. So
Yeah. So actually, have we even gotten in contact with anybody from UWAT about our actual like thing we're supposed to be doing?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think so. No.
No. Okay.
As Stroik remembers the mission status, it is find mythical creatures, don't kill anybody, and also don't die.
Okay.
But speaking of UWAT, now that you are on a civilized planet, for the first time you are actually have access to the internet equivalent.
Oh,
What is internet?
you wouldn't know. It's complicated.
Okay.
It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I'm used to that. I'm used to hives.
I mean, like honestly, like first thing I do is I start to wander around and look for interesting people.
Yeah, Stroik looks for trash.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there is any.
Yep, that sounds to be the case.
It was Esoterica, was the name of the internet.
Yeah, that's one of the big sex things.
Yep.
Or big 9, if you count it as per player.
Yeah, but new players like don't really add any to them. That only really happens on like day one. It's awkward.
Yeah, the only thing I really added was some lore about the good boy.
Yeah, Maya has had us add some stuff.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
For
I
players,
had no idea.
I added a thing. Fuse directly. What does Fuse have a fate point?
Because sometimes I have those.
Fair. Does Stroik find any garbage?
Well, you won't while you're inside the ship.
God, for the third time, I follow Milk.
Then follow Milk.
I-
Using your token.
Yeah. Where? There. Over here. Whoa. Hey, look, I'm outside the ship.
There you
I think
go.
I said I was doing.
You did it.
And it seems kind of weird. It's like, now there's no reason to move my token.
Yeah, it's just outside the ship, then we can use the theater of the mind. But inside the ship, the plan is law. It overrides your imagination.
Here, have a map.
Whoa! Where's the
So-
garbage?
Here.
Go away, grid.
Also, I like how Alfred and Milk are both passed out still.
How do you make us not passed out in this thingy?
I think only Fuse can remove those, like, token things.
Yeah.
I can add some. Oh no, I can remove it. All right.
Oh.
So click
Here,
your.
let me try to do it myself so that I
Nope.
I think the map should be to scale.
So just click the circle. Like click your
Yeah, I see
token.
it. I see
Okay.
it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Learning the system.
this is to scale in meters, but this place doesn't measure in meters. It measures in its own measurement. But this
It
is
measures
to
in
scale.
baggers.
What a weird range. What?
I
This
don't
is-
even know what I put it in. I just key
Oh.
mashed.
Well,
Hmm.
so this place is kilometers wide. Like, several 100,000 kilometers
Yeah,
wide.
well, we are in a gigantic metropolis.
How tall is Milk?
Oh no, a ship filled with kaiju arrived.
Winnie!
Wasn't me.
So does this mean that the people here are just giants?
And all the
that is-
buildings are much larger than they need to be.
It is a distinct possibility to come across a macro planet.
Yeah.
A World 4 planet.
This will make it very difficult for some things, but I think it would be fun.
Difficult to serve. Your tea, sir. Where? Right here. Down
here.
Yeah.
I accept the challenge.
So you're able to manifest. Well, you need a stunt for
Strike,
it now.
give
But...
me a notice.
Okay. So you're able
Everybody?
to manifest things that people ask of you. But what if they ask of you something that's like larger than your being? Do you like just like materialize it like a bad Mario Paint effect?
If it's
Or-
larger than my being, it'd probably take a lot for me to actually like conjure it up. So like I'd have to like roll really high, I assume. But I could still conjure it up. I'd immediately have to move my hand out of my way because the way I imagine Alfred conjuring things up is that he holds his hand like he's holding a platter, and then it just appears. But he'd have to like quickly drop it before it crushes him to death. Well, not to death, but to bone pieces.
Upside down Alfred looks like an evil potato.
It does kind of,
Strike,
or a very sad one.
you don't see anything that you could reasonably consider garbage.
So roll notice. I'm
Bold of
sorry.
you to assume I'm reasonable.
Wow, with a 4 though? That's pretty impressive.
Not even a speck of dust on the floor.
Can I edge that?
Wow. Nobody notices a thing.
Alright, then.
This
Milk,
place is- this
you
place is
see
crazy.
plenty of interesting looking people. All over the place. You're in a ship dock.
Also, because
So-
I was... Sorry.
So are they all like the same people on the other planet that we've been before? Like all lizard people that kind of hedge on dragon if they're rich?
Mostly. There are a couple of other races.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna be walking around the dock, looking at how people are working, getting a vibe for like just how people seem to behave generally.
How many of these races are interesting?
Depends on your perspective.
How many of these people are giving me strange looks? Not that I'd know. Or care.
Probably anybody that cares enough to look at the group would be looking at you.
Good.
And then
Can I
everyone
get a-
else. In
Can I get
sequence.
I'm willing to spend a fate point for story detail on this, if I must, but Strike doesn't smell. Like, despite their love of being around garbage, Strike also keeps themselves very, very clean at any given time.
Yeah, spend a fate point to take a shower.
No, like, they eat the grime off of themselves.
Now,
It's like
in
a cat.
reality, roaches are smelly. Well,
What?
they can decide to smell smelly.
Well,
Just
sure.
reading from here, roaches can produce a pungent, musty odor that gets worse the longer the infestation goes on.
Sure, if I wanted to.
Okay.
So could you if you wanted to.
Well, that's different. Oh, also, it seems that they need to be in a group for it to really have an impact.
Well, Strike doesn't smell like trash, is the point.
Yeah. Also, he's giant, so he probably could, but it's more of a defense mechanism than anything else. So if he's not threatened,
Yeah.
fine.
Fierce stench. Should I spend a fate point on not smelling like garbage? Because I
No.
remember that being a thing you brought up. All right, good.
Actually, can I get a visual description of the people here? Because I haven't. I'm reading in the. I'm reading in the thing. I don't see it.
Hold on a second. I need to actually get the thing up.
Why is Alfred upside down?
Aid my mind's eye.
Why is he upside down in the game?
Alien
What's that?
races. The Hinash.
This isn't Australia.
This
Yeah,
music
there's not
makes
enough
me think
desert.
we're at a beach.
Well, Alfred's going off.
Why am I upside down anyway? Oh, somebody moved me. Okay.
That's what I asked. I'm like, why is Alfred upside down? You're like, mind your own business.
I didn't say that.
It felt like it, though, from the group.
So yeah,
And-
these
whoops.
people are classic lizard men.
More lizards?
Yeah.
Okay. Lizards are just like a thing in this.
Well,
part of the-
you missed that, but the people on the last planet were refugees from this planet.
Oh.
Mm.
Test.
Makes
Hey.
sense.
Who
Nice.
exists?
Hello.
Weimar.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Return
Back
of
again.
Timothy.
Hooray.
Wasn't that the person that was gone forever? Not being gone forever, but has been gone for a long time.
Oh, so Alfred probably hasn't met Timothy.
No, I just wrote last session.
Same.
Oh, right. There's a lot of names in here. Your peanut gallery.
Yeah, no, no longer.
Has pulled himself away from the peanut gallery and became an actual person.
This is like if in Smash Brothers the announcer unlocked himself.
Me!
I actually want that
Yeah.
to happen. I genuinely want that to happen. I want the announcer in Smash Brothers. It would be the perfect I mean, Smash Ultimate seems to be like a big celebration of the series, so it'd be hilarious to play as the announcer. Anyway,
Yeah. Me!
Like,
There
they're
was
going to
some-
say that everybody is going into the new Smash, so...
There was someone back in Brawl. They were, or was it in Brawl that they introduced those people? I think it was for Smash 4. For Smash 4, they were data mining the files, and they were so convinced. They were 100% genuinely convinced that the announcer was going to be in the Brawl, because they found a voice file of the announcer saying "Me."
Huh.
oh yeah. Well, and then
Yeah,
it was
because-
the Mii's. Wait,
Yeah.
no, were the Mii's in Brawl? Whatever.
Yeah.
This-
They weren't
off topic.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The Smash
Yeah.
Brothers probably has played with the game as the me, so it is actually probably true.
Are there any Mii's on this planet?
No.
are there any avatars being sent from like more intelligent life forms that didn't want to be here physically?
Not that you can tell.
So I noticed that there's also. Do we see like the kind of the robotic slaves going around too?
The robot zombies.
The robo zombies.
Alfred's like robot slaves.
No,
What?
zombies are not in the city. If the
Okay.
zombies are in the city, there is a large problem.
Well, there's also the cult of the new birth. So do we see any people that are obviously more machine?
You do notice that a lot of people seem to be augmented
Okay.
We're all
physically
mach-
and or magically.
We're in the Shadowrun world.
Ooh, so if I notice that, then I am getting a little bit excited. Does that mean maybe I can have my legs properly fixed?
Right.
Hey, your leg isn't trying to kill you anymore. It just is dead.
No,
It
it's
just
you know,
sometimes doesn't work.
Yeah,
It's paralyzed with a robo exoskeleton.
it's an ongoing progress. Like it went from not being there to mostly working, step by step.
Well,
Literally.
Alfred is going to go ahead and approach the closest person because he knows that we need to learn about these people at least to accomplish the mission, and feels he needs to just take the initiative. So he goes and goes, "Hello, how are you? My name is Alfred, and I'd like to know a little bit about your place."
They just kind of look at you for a second, and then continue about their business.
They must be very busy people. Not willing to say hello to a friendly skeleton.
So, what kind of building is this? This is just a hangar. How far are we into the building? Are we outside of the landing zone, far enough in? It's like airports usually have stores and shit. If this is an
left
airport,
the ship.
okay, so we are like, if we turned around, we would see the ship again.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're in a parking lot.
On the parking dock or whatever. Landing port.
All right. And there's already people everywhere. Wow.
Yeah, there's plenty of people coming and going.
Not to our ship. Get out of
No,
here.
but like in general, like
I
in
know.
the area.
Oh, and geographically, what's outside of the city? This city.
You can't see from here.
What did we see while we were approaching the planet?
Clouds.
How high up
and
are we?
A little after that.
Give or take.
Clouds.
So it's basically
Cloud City.
yeah, skyport.
Um,
Why don't you give me a lore roll?
Anybody or God
Any
damn it,
one
Zasha.
person.
Probably not
God.
me.
God damn it,
Anybody
Zasha.
can help with it.
well,
So
So see,
anybody
who-
with at least one lore can add one.
I
Sure,
have
I'll add one.
I have no lore, so I just rolled them.
No lore.
2.
I can fake having lore. Does that count?
Am I legit the only one here that has a thing in lore?
I do too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 4. Alright, so you definitely went below the cloud layer. But there were still clouds below you.
So
You believe that
just
they
fog.
must have been artificial. You've
Huh?
heard that this planet is supposed to be a wasteland.
They're probably terraforming it. I'm guessing, or
They've got fog of war enabled.
planet forming.
But it's fine.
Uh,
Just look at this place. It's fancy.
Yeah.
Nothing's
I would
wrong.
love to surf here.
I'm going to approach some person who doesn't seem too busy and going to ask them where we can get to the nearest city or otherwise, population hub.
I mean, we're
Where
kind
do you
of
think
there.
you are?
Yeah, I mean, like, no, like this is support. I mean, like, where people
You
are
missed
actually.
the intro, but like it's support, but like we're in the city.
Oh, all right. No, then I suppose I just
you
ask for the
Point to
exit.
the door.
You know, seems good.
Is there a
There's a
map?
large entrance and exit way some distance away.
Well, while Zasha is otherwise occupied, I suppose we might well just take a look outside. Just get see what's in the immediate vicinity, just to see how the culture looks like, I suppose.
Okay,
about-
person I've never met.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm
Who
gonna
are
just
you?
look outside.
So
Wait a minute. Who are you? I was
Uh,
out for a little bit. What is your name?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I think I did think I remember you at the meeting. My name is Jimothy Ferrero. I've been kind of stranded on your ship, so I'm just trying to make myself useful while you bring me to the next USO planet, if you don't mind.
Okay, so technically you're officially then cargo for the ship?
Passenger, more like.
Alright, so I'm just trying to figure out if you're part of my responsibilities or not. I'll take that for a yes.
I mean, unofficially,
Sasha
I'm
hired
the
him.
pilot right now. I believe.
Can I get a visual description on Jimothy?
I've put a picture on the couch. It's just a humanoid guy, technicolor skin, well dressed.
Has blue skin.
Yeah, more aubergine.
Okay. Fair.
And holding
so-
a martini.
Yeah, that's not martini.
Fine
That's
gentlemen such as myself.
Space martini.
Probably the best martini in space. Okay. What is your service? What do you do on the ship?
Yes, so as I said, I'm stranded. I've landed in your ship, as you might say, with an escape pod. So, yeah, I helped land. I helped land your ship just right now. So I suppose that might be what I'm doing.
Oh, so you are a passenger. So you are our favorite guest then. Let me know if you
I
ever need
suppose.
anything. Oh, and forgive my manners. My name is Alfred Humorous, and I am here to serve.
Good to meet you. Thank you for your offer. I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, we haven't met. I'm the security officer for the SS Polina. So
Haven't
if you're
we?
go-
I thought we did. Oh yeah, you were also unconscious at
Yeah.
the moment. Yeah, I've seen you in medbay.
So if you're like, go ahead and like can go out there, that's fine. But I'll be sticking around then for your safety.
Yeah, sure. Do I need to be back sometime or?
We're kind of whenever we go to a place, we're stuck there for a week, so got plenty of time.
Good to know. Well then, I'll be heading out, scoping the scene a bit. And yeah?
I will tell you that from what I've seen so far of this crew, we seem to get ourselves in quite a mini scuffle here and there. So I would suggest
Mental
we
note.
stick together.
Get out. Mental note: get away from this crew as fast as possible.
Strike will say, this time you're not allowed to kill.
What? Who said that?
Strike?
Sasha did. Your boss.
Oh, yeah.
He's not conscious right now.
I mean, when I came on the scene, it appeared that a lot of death had happened. My assumption is that we want to try to minimize that from now on, considering that we do have a job to do. that
Look,
usually
I
doesn't
have a
require-
job to do, and sometimes, I have to defend y'all, which may sometimes lead to extreme measure. We'll just hope everyone here is sensible.
There's now
Oh,
a
that-
number of people looking at you as you are openly talking about killing people in the middle of an occupied port.
Oh
yeah,
no,
can I get a fair point?
I'm speaking with outdoor voice. Like,
Strike brings this up while I, as a player, fully know that there are a lot of people around. May I
Strike
get-
and Milk can have a fate point.
Thanks.
yeah.
Anyway, I do believe this civilization is much more refined than the previous one, so either or, we shouldn't have to resort to such things. At least not unless we or some other innocents are in mortal danger.
Well, like I said, like people here, if they can build cities big like this, they're probably fairly reasonable.
Good. So shall we move on then? Maybe there's a market nearby. That would probably be the best place to learn more about things.
Where can we go to learn about their myths?
Well, they probably have some CD tavern somewhere.
Or library.
All right, I have to dip out for a bit, but I will be back. So y'all guys do the exploring for a bit.
Or the internet.
You're back.
What's an internet? Yeah.
Jimothy, can you computer?
I cannot.
Well, it's pretty much none of us.
The internet is just this theoretical thing as far as this group is concerned.
Yes, Stroik can only mechanic. If the internet was gears and cogs, Stroik could be able to maneuver it a little bit.
If the internet is a sentient being like Paulina, I could probably sweet talk to it.
But
So yeah, Missy is going to head out regardless of the rest
Yeah.
of the group.
Stroik is not in a leading position at the moment.
I'm like always just kind of like at a diagonal to you. Just a little behind.
Strike also brings up that we are also not allowed to die.
Been pretty good
Right.
at that.
Damn well hope so.
Does that include Alfred?
Well, Alfred is
I mean,
the
All
RD.
these dead may not die, right?
Yeah, just not die. Not be dead.
Hmm. Speaking of Alfred, if he doesn't want to come along, I suppose he could. I don't know. Tell Zasha what we're doing. If he wakes
he
up.
he wants
Sasha
to come.
doesn't exist at the moment.
Yeah, Alfred wants to come along. The player isn't here, so a silent follow-up, a silent tag along for the moment.
He's busy holding the door open for everyone.
That sounds a character frame.
The doorway is already open.
Yeah, because Alfred's holding it. Were you listening?
Alright, so as you exit the port, you are now in a bustling market district.
Notice for garbage. Three. Oh,
You see no
would
garbage.
it be notice or investigate? Because I am actively looking for it.
It'd probably be investigate at
Alright.
this point.
Alright, should I just re-roll that from now on? Or roll that from now on, or bother re-roll
Roll
it
it.
now? Alright. 0.
You see no garbage.
Alright.
Notice for interesting smells.
Alright, you notice a very interesting stand full of exotic foods.
Alright. Give me a sec. Gotta check this out.
Revolting.
Is there any meat?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. Food means waste.
You just wait for somebody to drop their food or something, right?
Yeah. So he's going to stand around the food cart expectantly,
Like an oversized cat.
eyeing the kitchen. Is the kitchen visible?
More importantly, is the kitchen hygienic enough that its contents doesn't look like garbage?
this is a stand.
Yeah.
Yes.
An enemy or otherwise?
So, well, I mean, like, if somebody's
There's like a little like area of kitchen equipment in the employee side.
Would Schleik just chug used fry oil?
I was actually literally just thinking that, and yes.
Good
Well,
to
my
know.
specific question was, would he do it while it was still burning hot?
It's still being cooked. I don't know if it's garbage, is the thing. Because it's technically being used, right?
You know, once they stop it, like,
The instant they stop using it, it doesn't stop being hot.
There.
yeah,
You could probably physique it.
huh?
It's milk like gonna order food or something.
Yep.
Oh.
Can we read the menu?
I don't. I asked the
There is
person
no
directly
menu.
what it is. Like, hey, what's this?
What are you pointing at?
I wave my hand to everything.
Just
Alright, so
What's
he
this?
begins giving you a basic lecture on foreign cuisine
Because
from
I would.
across the sector.
Oh, does he get a temporary boost on lore relating to food?
I mean, regardless, I'm taking one of each.
I want you to give me a will roll
All right.
to keep your focus.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you are intent to learn about food.
So yeah, you now have knowledge of foreign cuisine with 2 free invocations.
Nice.
Awesome.
Can I roll to pay attention to? Well, we are all here.
Uh,
Do you care about the food?
No, but I'm here to learn about the planet, aren't I?
Well,
If
you're here
it's
to learn
meats-
about myths.
What if it's mythic food?
Well, then you especially don't care about it.
Anything that's meats, Winnie very much cares about.
I want to listen
I
for
am
any.
compelling you.
Hmm. But hear my argument. I could see Strike listening for details on where the waste happens.
That's not something he'd be talking about, though. I feel like.
Okay, then yeah, sure, I'll accept the compel.
We waste no part of the animal.
I mean, like, they
Strike
only
has
talk
8
about the
fate
parts they
points.
use. They don't.
I'm gonna evoke all my aspects twice. Yeah,
You can't.
I know.
Yeah. After the lecture, I'm taking one of each.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty expensive.
Yeah, what's money?
Yeah. What is money?
What
You
maybe
have-
what?
Wealth stress.
Yeah, I know I have wealth stress, but we'll see what happens. But like,
So
what
each
is
box
money?
is like exponentially larger than the last.
Okay.
Are we
Like-
getting some like Flintstone style ribs here?
It's like wealth 1 would be like a pocket full of money.
All right.
Wealth 2 is a briefcase. Wealth 3 is a boat. And wealth 4 is
an estate.
You got basically.
A merchant
Full
ship.
of money.
I'm at 2. I'm at 2 of wealth.
that
We
you
are.
have your 2 box unchecked.
Uh-huh.
So you could check your 2 box to get a sampling of exotic cuisine.
Yeah.
He
For,
could
for
use
milk, this is use. This is worth it. This is what money is for.
he could use his newfound food lore to figure out what the one he would like best before ordering.
Can I, for spending like half my money like that, can I get a coin for always looking for
Oh,
more?
that's more than half your money.
Oh well, yeah. For like 5/6 of my money.
You gain
Can I get
a
a coin?
sampling of exotic cuisine.
It sounds like he's asking for a
Also a coin for it.
compel.
Nope.
Not for always looking for more.
Nope.
All right.
How long is this food gonna last, or can we not tell that from here? Lore.
Well, that depends.
I mean, I'm gonna start eating like now.
Okay.
So probably until tomorrow.
And you just heard the explanation, so you know what will expire soon.
I'll just ask Milk if I can try a small sample of the things he bought.
Yeah, I'll let you have a bite of each.
How many is in the each?
There's a lot.
Alright, she's a question though. If Stroik wasn't paying attention to that talk that apparently lasted a long time, what was he paying attention to? What were they paying attention to?
Trying to find dirt and failing.
Okay. Is Stroik distressed?
Look, I probably
Is
noticed
he?
that you are starting to shake, so I'll just try to eat something quickly so you can have a container.
That's nice. Like that's the weird duality of Stroik. Is like Stroik wants to find garbage, but also wants there to not be garbage. So it's like, if there's no garbage, great. If there is, great.
So the undersides
By the
of
way-
everyone's shoes is clean?
Yep.
Wow.
Once Milk has bought all of his food, I'm going to ask the salesman where people around here are, what people around here are doing to spend the time. Like if there's any hangouts or bars or stuff, you know.
Yeah, there's plenty of things to do. Depending
Is there
on what
an-
you're interested in. Give me a contacts.
Ah, bad roll.
1. So, what are you looking for?
You know, a place to get wasted, I suppose.
Alright, you ask somebody about that, and they bring you to a fight club.
My ear is ringing.
Well, that doesn't really sound like my kind of thing. Yeah, that sounds like something this planet would have.
Is it just an out in the open, like, advertised fight club, or is it underground? Okay.
Just the local fight club.
Investigate for filth at the fight club.
Like, knocked out teeth or stuff.
So Stroik doesn't care either way, but I want Stroik to find himself in the fight club. Investigate. Whoa, 1.
The fighters don't even sweat.
Sweaty rags, bloody towels.
Alright, as you're looking there, you notice that they have dedicated cleaning crews. There to clean up every tiny spot immediately.
Ask if you can join them.
Yeah, I might. But that's not my job. I just want to.
There's
Stroik
now a
is
dog
very
in my lap.
job focused.
Ah,
I mean, while we're here, might as well watch a fight, right?
okay, but the very moment somebody talks about overthrowing society, I'm out.
Talks about what?
Overthrowing society.
Oh, we're here to watch a match. Like, why would we talk about that?
Because it's a fight club.
Alright.
Alright, so you watch a match between a well-dressed man with a large polearm of some sort fighting against a not-so-well-dressed man using his bare hands.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put money on the polearm guy.
How much?
I'll spend my 2, my briefcase.
Wow, your entire 2, huh?
Shafiz, I don't think I've been indoctrinated into how the money stress boxes work.
This is literally the first time this ever came up.
Yeah.
This is your first time in civilization.
So, can I get a type of stress governing a skill and what boxes should already be checked for me? I mean, I'm Strike probably all my boxes. Strike probably has no money.
We started everyone at 2,
Except
Like-
for me.
unless you give yourself a stunt to have more.
Aspect.
Right, that's what I meant. Well, you could technically also give you a stunt, Stun for money.
Yeah, you could.
So I have both an aspect and a stunt for material wealth, so...
Could I gain anything for Shrike having no money?
That's your anti-civilized aspect. You have no money.
Yeah, but I feel like a fate point is kind of temporary for that.
I feel like that's just the cost. You have no money, but it's like the easiest thing to farm coins with in the universe.
Like, there's no maximum for the resources. Other than 4.
Is UWAT paying us for this?
You mean watching the Fight Club, or...
No,
For
just,
doing our mission in general?
I think it would be fitting that in the contract they actually never mention anything about payment.
The payment is the experiences you make along the way.
Like, considering the crew they hired, like, they hired us because we weren't paying too much attention to what we were signing.
It
I
would
think
make sense
Sasha
that
was-
you would be
was-
getting paid for this.
Like, I think Sasha is the only one who actually pay attention to that kind of stuff, and he, I think, was actually kind of forced into the job or something.
I mean, if you want to think about it that way, though, maybe them paying us is what puts us at 2 stress box, also, like on the base level.
Yeah, that makes sense. You were paid
What?
in advance.
Oh, okay.
So,
That means
I...
Shrike was allocated money?
No.
Sure. Or why not?
We went officially employed.
Sorry, just has money for some reason.
No. Seems weird.
You can just not have money if you want.
Did
I
you
feel
check in
like...
your back pocket?
So, here's my thought process here. Shrike, completely uncivilized, doesn't even get the concept of money, really. But he does understand the concept of valuable goods in terms of food. So I'm thinking if Shrike were to make a wager, Shrike would ask Milk to borrow one of those packages and wager that.
I mean, okay. You can, but you owe me if you don't win anything, alright?
But- Also, I don't see Shrike gambling.
Well, there you go, then.
If Shrike wants to cash in the resource boxes for fate points, you can do that.
Sure, I'll do that. 2 fate points then.
Yep.
Sweet.
You're just amassing those fate points, aren't you?
You have no money, but you have 10 fate points.
Luckiest bugger in the world. So,
And
I
can
want to
spend a fate-
use... Yeah. You finish your stuff.
and I can spend a fate point to eat through anything.
By the time the fight is over, the stands are gone.
Eat through the planet.
I could.
So I want to use my takes one to know one's stunts to use deception to find out if this fight is rigged or fixed.
Funny you'd say that.
Alright.
Hey,
I'm going to do something during the fight.
Yeah, out of character, I'm pretty sure that it's one of 2 things. Either this is a very classist system and they're mocking the poor by having this fight go on, or the guy with the no clothes is like some Uber fighter and they're like, yeah, just try it. What do you want, a pole arm? Sure.
I'm waiting until
Alright,
the fight is over
Timothy.
before my next actions.
Based on your observations, it doesn't look like there's any deception going on, but the fight is definitely going to be pretty one-sided.
alright, I'm going to bet just a simple bet 1 resource on the side who is favored.
That is the guy with the pole arm.
Sounds about right.
And I guess I'll say now that just depending on how the fight starts out, if the no pole arm guy starts winning, I'm going to use telepathy to try to distract him. Provoke if I have to.
Alright. The fight
I
begins.
suppose,
and
I suppose
the,
Milk could use. No, never mind.
the polearm man immediately starts wailing on the unarmed man with his polearm. It does not take long before the unarmed man is dead.
Wow.
Brutal.
Alright.
Okay. Didn't even
This
have to do
fight
anything.
sucks!
Polearm man looks directly at Milk.
Alright, Winnie, can you hold this? I'm gonna jump in the ring.
Alright, so this is where we abandoned Milk.
Okay, alright, Dan. Who didn't see this coming?
The section
I know.
where Milk finds a new home.
Like, that was so obvious.
Have fun
Put
with
all
that.
my money on the new guy. On Milk.
Oh yeah, somebody got their winnings back.
Yeah, you get slightly more than you had.
How do you want me to write that down?
Just an
Give
extra, I
yourself
suppose.
what you had.
Oh wait, couldn't you give yourself 2 1-boxes? Like consider yourself having 2 tracks of money. In this case.
No.
That's the
one
thing with an
important
app.
thing. If you have a 3 or 4 box, they can be used for an infinite amount of the box to lower.
So if you had a 3-box, we could just make infinite bets and never run out.
But never
Infinite
really
small
gain
bets.
anything either.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
but we could make a lot of small purchases in that case. That would. Well, let's see how Milk does this fight.
Either way, I still bet all my money on Milk.
So now it's well-dressed guy with a polearm versus another guy with no weapons and no clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Polearm Man is definitely the favorite to win.
That means I'll
Right.
get more back.
Once I
Not-
land, I'm gonna go like, hey, so, what's your name there?
I am Bree.
Like the cheese?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because my name is Milk.
And at that moment, the bell rings.
Fight.
I'm gonna let him try to attack me first.
Stroik will shout, "Don't die."
Considering I saw him fight, do I have an invoke on, like, knowing what his fighting style is?
Give me a fight roll.
Alright.
Also,
Whoa.
so if here a conundrum presents itself. If Milk is about to die, Stroik is going to interrupt the fight. If the other person's about to die, Stroik is going to interrupt the fight.
Question: are you going to try to eat the corpse that the previous guy left behind?
It has already been cleaned.
Too slow.
So no matter what happens, if someone is about to die, Stroik is going to prevent it.
And
Or
when I say
attempts to
that they
prevent it.
cleaned it, I mean that the body has been dissolved.
Oof.
Yeah, Stroik will briefly remind, like, don't kill and don't die.
Milk. Notice athletics physique.
Okay,
Sure, fine.
so 2, 3, 3.
And you're giving them the first action.
Yep. I rolled a 5 on the fight skill you asked me for.
Ah, yes. So, with your knowledge of fighting, you can tell that this guy is pretty good for a normal person. They
Alright.
probably would have done really well in the fighting tournament that you won.
But Milk is a PC. That's not a normal person.
Milk's a cheater.
You're not allowed to enter this contest. You're the protagonist. Oh.
Alright, so he is coming at you with a pole arm.
Alright. I mean, I'm gonna dodge out of the way, naturally. Fight, right?
Yep.
Wow. It's probably worth spending stuff. I'm gonna go with fighting champ. We put that to a 3, and I'll see what happens.
Put it up to a 4.
Put it up to a 4. Yeah, sorry, I forgot it's 2 per.
Alright.
Oh wait, are there any
That
pluses
is
in the roll?
One
No.
shift in Milk's favor.
Oh, that means he takes 1 shift of damage.
Oh yeah, you have a defense thing now.
Yeah. I damage when I defend. So I guess I don't only just dodge, but I also just kick him in the leg as I do so.
Yeah, you just kind of deflect his pole arm, grab his hand holding it. Give it a squeeze to hurt him. Then you have an action.
Is there such a thing as a defense action in Fate?
You can create an advantage using fight.
That's what I think I'm going to do. Rather than attack him directly, I'm just I stay in a very stable, non-moving fighting pose, just taunting him with my presence in a sense. So I'll try to create an advantage using fight.
Alright,
Damn.
you are in a defensive stance with 1 free invocation.
Alright.
And he goes for another swing.
Alright, so, doing the same thing.
You wouldn't have to have some Fight Club music, would you?
It's just
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Where is my mind?
That's dangerous for copyright stuff, though.
I mean, just music fitting for a Fight Club.
I thought it was fitting.
We have this now.
There are people doing the twist in the background. Dog bells.
Alright, so that's a 2 shift hit on him.
Alright.
He is visibly angry now.
Doing the same?
Do you want to use your free invocation?
Not for now.
Okay.
Can I pile another one on it if I do another fight prepare for my turn?
You could.
Alright, I will. He's supposed to be good, so I want to see him being good.
Alright, 2 more free invocations.
Alright. And I will say that now in character. I thought you were alright. Come on, man. Take me seriously.
Alright, he shouts out a battle cry and he's coming at you.
Alright. Rolling a thing. I'm gonna use a free invoke on that one.
Alright, and that puts it into a 2 shift hit in your favor. He is taken out.
That's it.
He is passed out, not dead though, yeah?
Milk's
So-
choice.
I won't kill him. That's completely pointless. However, I'm just gonna look at a crowd. I'm gonna just do a shrug. Really? That's it. You guys need higher standards.
Don't taunt them.
Alright, the crowd is cheering.
Yeah, I'm gonna start clapping.
Short
He-
stairs.
I want to grab his polearm as a trophy.
Alright, you're getting a lot of cries from the crowd to finish him.
Oh, this is that kind of fight club, huh? All right. Well, I don't know, crowd. Kind of egging them on a little bit, but I mean, dude was kind of a jerk. He just wailed on the other guy. This seems to be the culture. I mean, if when you're in Rome, so I'll.
Can I get an athletics to interrupt this?
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to impale the guy with his own polearm. Just right in the chest area.
Give
With
me an
milk,
athletics from Sroik.
with milk stunt, you can't.
That's
Warriors
right.
Arena.
Warriors Arena. No one can get involved.
Oh yeah. You have a stunt for that.
That's not what.
Oh, do you?
That's such a weird thing to come up, but yeah.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. You can't interfere with the fight.
Like, according to the crowd, the fight isn't over until one person is dead.
Really? That's so dumb.
So what I described happened.
It's my 7
Oh,
successes.
7 athletics.
Yeah. Like.
You are overwhelmed with Milk's presence.
Then we failed our job already. And this is just going to divulge into another planet that hates us, and we have to fight everybody.
But no,
That's what's going to happen.
Here we are within societal structure that permits this behavior.
Right, so
Sorry,
you
just-
stab the guy,
Uh-huh.
and the crowd erupts into cheers.
Is there, like, any younger people in the crowd? Like kids?
Yeah, there are a
Oh,
few
no.
families.
Alright, because I'm going to hand over the not bladed part of the polearm towards one of the kids so he can keep it as a keepsake of this moment.
I just had an awful
I will
thought. I
cherish
don't
it
know.
forever.
I don't know how well it's going to go.
Like,
Stroik might fly into the arena afterwards, not really understanding what's going on. And then it will be Milk and Stroik in the arena.
and after that, like, what I'm going to basically do after that is like, alright, well, glad to have fought here, everyone. If anyone wants to find me, I'll be around in the city all week. And with that, I'm going to hop back to my seat, get my food back.
Right,
Alright,
so
never mind
first,
then,
Winnie,
Yes.
you made a bet.
Yep.
Were you betting your 2 box again?
Spending my 1 and 2 box on milk.
Oh, okay.
All of my money.
So instead of a 1 and 2 box, you now have a 2 and 3 box.
Ooh.
Which means you have
Which
infinite
means
one
you have a
boxes.
1 box.
You have a suitcase, but you don't have change.
Well, it doesn't matter because the 3 box can be used as a 1 box indefinitely.
Right.
Yeah, you can also use a box 1 higher as the one lower.
That
While
sentence
also
was
filling it.
confusing.
Yeah, what did that sentence mean? Can use 1 box higher.
You can use a 2
So
as a
if
1,
you-
and then you'll have a 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If you don't have your 1,
Okay.
So yeah,
you can
exponentially.
split it.
So you can use a 2 as 2 1s.
Like, if you end up in a situation where you just have a 2, you can make it into 2 1s. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, milk, I nibbled a little bit on some of your food. Hope you don't mind.
I
Buy
you know
some more
what?
now.
Look, as long as I can just have a taste of everything, I'm fine. I'm fine with sharing. It's fine. It's cool.
Alright, and where is Winnie going to be storing this new boatload of money?
How
had-
much is it physically? How much physical space does it take?
You have several large bags of money.
I mean, we could have it towed to our ship.
Yeah, if this is like an official thing, then I would think there'd be services here for delivering that amount of money to like a destination. So I'll ask if there's someone that can bring this to where the ship is.
Right? You could spend 1 wealth to have it transferred over, or 2 to have it transferred over with a guarantee of it not being stolen.
Or we can just walk back to our ship. Have the big man with big muscles carry it.
I mean, I guess if everyone doesn't mind just walking back to the ship and then walking back.
I mean, there's no reason not to.
All right, if Jimothy is okay with that, sure, we can do that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Milk, you seem to be doing pretty well, and you challenged all the other. You told the other guys that they could challenge you if they want to do something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So how about I'm gonna handle all the all that stuff here. I'm gonna be your manager, so you can just focus on you can just sample the local cuisine or whatever you want, and then do the actual fighting. And I'm going to all of the bureaucratic busy work. How's that sound?
Man, a manager, like in the good old days. Wow, that brings me back. I don't really know. Like, what do you know about this industry? Just out of curiosity.
What I know is that you are the best fighter in town. No, on the planet, and you kind of just seem to want to, have some free time. You just have all of that food that you wanted to eat, and I just want to make sure that you can have the best of both worlds.
I mean, I'd be interested going back into business, not gonna lie, but I am hired for a job right now. I don't know if I have access to UWAT PR or something, HR rather. But it's something I'll keep in mind for sure. It's been a little bit.
Just like the next week you said, right? That's how long we're gonna be here. So after the week's done, just head back off the planet, and you can get back to your work. And if there's no fights going on,
oh, you mean we're just here?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Like until Sasha or something finds one of those critters we're supposed to handle. Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah.
That's like a deal then.
Yes. However, if you could look into having my leg like actually fully repaired, that'd be great. But otherwise, yeah.
I see what you mean.
If
so you're not used to with that?
No, it's pretty new. It used to be worse. I lost it on the last planet we were at. This
didn't seem like it. You did pretty well down there.
I didn't really have to try all that hard, though, is the thing. Like, I'm assuming somewhere on this planet, there's some people, know fight at closer level to mine. I'm just afraid that, it's an artificial thing holding me, right? And I'm just not big on that. And I heard here they have, super technology, and they might be able to, properly repair it. So I don't know, if it's just something you could look into.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So
I'll see what I can do.
All right, look into that.
Sure
and
if
then,
I can actually, if it's something that's available to outsiders like us, but if it's possible, yeah.
All right, well, I'd appreciate it. Well, yeah, let's get this money back in Polina.
Wheelbarrow this money back.
Yeah. I guess this conversation was happening while we were wheelbarrowing it.
Yeah, that's the implication.
Alright, so you've made a lot of money. Or at least Winnie has.
Indeed.
Strike reminds Milk that he has failed one of the mission objectives.
Oh no, that doesn't count. When it's for a show, Okay, sure, you wouldn't understand this. So let me
You
explain
killed a man.
something. Let me explain to you something very important.
Strike will just keep repeating that you've killed a man.
In the theater, all laws go away.
Is this really a lesson you're going to put into the boy's head?
Yes.
The show must go on.
Strike will respond
I am
with what are
compelling milk
laws.
on that one.
All right. Well,
No, Strike will respond with what are laws.
remember how we got these commands about what things we are allowed and not allowed to do? A law is that. They're a thing you need to do or not do. But there are moments in life, and the theater is one of those.
You're a bad person, Milk.
Where they just go away. They come back as soon as it's over, but while it's happening, laws just lose all meaning.
So if you die in a fight, we should not care.
Well, it depends. Like, if it's a fight, I don't know, like wartime, sure, you should care for your compatriots. Sometimes fights are in team, then you gotta make sure your buddies are okay. But if it's just a duel between one and another, I mean, all that matters. All laws, everything, just
Also,
bullshit's
wait.
nothing.
Wait, didn't Strike save Milk from a fight a couple sessions ago?
From a fight?
Yeah, because you were being surrounded by guards, and you had like one physical stress box left, or one
Yeah, but then-
consequence left.
Well, then we went to attack the roof, right?
Yeah, but
So-
Strike grabbed you out of a fight and took you out of a fight while you were fighting.
Well, that's a decision Troy made before us talking.
The fight technically wasn't over until
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, so back then, see, that's different. That was a team fight. Like, it wasn't me against a guy. It was us against a bunch of guys. That's different.
You know,
Laws still don't apply, but you got to watch out for the other people in your team.
So is that the official standing with if there is a team fight going on, then players can interfere?
Sure, yeah. In that case, no. For the
if you're
betterment
actually
of the
involved in the
teams.
fight, yeah. But in a duel,
Yeah,
that
it's a duel that the thing
pretty much
applies to.
clear. It's
Okay.
It's just
so in a
one man
one-on-one
versus the
duel,
other.
no one can interfere.
Right.
All right, good to know.
It's very okay. If you're talking about my stun, it's very specifically in a one-on-one duel.
Okay. All right. So
It's very
Strike-
personal.
Strike will
Fight.
ponder this information.
You should bring them on and start a tag team to show them how it's done.
I mean, Stroke is pretty bulky. Like, Milk would be curious to see how Strike would fare.
The flying fists.
The flying fangs, more like.
No, you're a tag team.
Oh, okay.
You're the flying, he's the fists.
Sure. No, I still need to get that stunt that lets me use body for fight. That's still a thing I need.
On our way back to the ship, just want to stop by the meat stall and buy an order of whatever meat I like the best.
The exotic food stall or just a meat stall?
The stall we stopped by first.
The one where I bought one of everything.
Now I know what I like, so I'll buy more of that.
Yeah, but what did you like?
I don't know. What did I like?
I don't know. What did you like?
What were the things I ate?
Probably some sort of meat. Like
Various
to-
exotic foods.
You get to decide.
What did you eat?
Sliced suey.
Hmm.
It was just a regular earth ham.
Imported.
An
It's really
entire
exotic
pig.
here.
And Milk's like, sweet, a snack.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. It was just an entire pig.
Ah, yes, a delicacy from the planet Earth. They call it pig.
What? Buy ourselves another one.
as they say, the simpler the name, the better the food. Everyone knows that.
You gotta find the legendary one-letter food.
Yeah, I dream of the day when I walk into a restaurant and they're like, "Would you like to try our Z?" It's like, oh. All right.
I assume we stow my money on the ship.
I guess so. Nothing's stopping us.
Someone want to try robbing me? And Fuse died.
Yep.
The dog killed him.
Oh no. Ellie Mae.
It's true. Stole his heart.
McNackus is taking a while.
She's just kind of lying there.
Laying there.
Does she lay there or lie there?
She lies there.
As I lay here.
Well, no. Well, now you. Now what do you want to do?
Find anything about myths in this world. Stroik will remind the group is their goal. Where do where do people tend to keep their myths?
And as of now, they kind of found their way to us.
To the
past.
Natural History Museum.
How can we make them come to us faster?
Well, go out there, see how life is, and, wait for them to happen, I suppose.
What a session for Sasha to not be here.
Polina, can you find any myths for us locally?
Time for the mood matrix.
Accessing internet.
Bookmarks. Mood.
Discovered.
Alright, do you want assertive, vaguely social, or contemplative, but many mistake it for being melancholy?
Those are two big words. Contemplatives of thinking. Melancholy. Sad.
Yeah.
Vaguely social sounds nice.
Yeah. No, I like the third one.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the third one.
Thinking but sad.
It
She's
only
an artsy.
seems like it's sad.
Yeah, we think
She's in
it's
an
sad.
artsy phase.
Yeah, I vote for number 3.
She's just thinking really hard. It just sounds sad.
She's gains a +1 French accent.
This is the Polina theme.
Ah yes, human music.
Oh yeah, Paulina does have
searching.
computer.
What constitutes a myth?
Would it be a computer? Rolling for.
If
I
she's
could
like
just
internet
go-
searching.
Yeah.
Thought I clicked on her thing, but it's my icon side.
Out of character, I would say a thing that many people talk about, but no one knows it's true, or no one knows if it's true. But Stroik definitely wouldn't say that.
Yeah, myth is kind of hard to just outright define. If just asked. Especially when we know they're true sometimes.
Alright, so
Like, folklore would probably be a better word.
there are 7 myths on this planet. With 4 shifts, I will let you have 8 decisions. You can get a name for each of them or more information.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you've got 8 things to choose what to do with them. There are 7 total creatures, and you can get more information on, on them instead of getting like names and such.
Did we
So you
give
could
her a
just get all 7 names plus 1 bit of information on one of them, or you could invest more of your 8 total in just learning a lot about one.
So, did any of us actually give Paulina a definition for a myth, or is that what the computer 4 was for?
Paulina, Google myth.
So, what do you think the Europe would be more interested for? Fewer detailed ones, or more, but just quantity or quality?
Ultimately,
guess-
you're supposed to find all of these.
So I'm going. So I'm thinking quantity.
But like,
Yeah,
just having names like that,
Yeah.
won't. We
I mean,
still
then
have
we
to
just
find them.
go out and ask around.
So, like, if we, so there's 7 of them. If we get 6 names for whatever reason, we decide to go with this crazy number. 6 names and then 2 extra pieces of information. We find all 6 of them. Then we go up to somebody on the bar. We put our shoulder up, and there's like, so, how about that last myth? And they're like, what? Like, the other one. They're not gonna know what we're talking about. So,
Yeah, we'd need to know the name of all 7s. Is that afterwards kind of the thing to get to all of them?
We'll have a lead on one. So
Hmm.
that's where we'll start.
Let's just hope they're all hanging out together.
They're all in this city.
Alright, so here are the 7 names. There's the Clay Shifter,
Ooh.
the Flare Drainer, the Shrine Immolator, the
How
Spike
rude.
Dominator,
ooh,
Swarm
I like
Kraken.
the Swarm Kraken.
the Twist Creature, and the Yeti Drake.
Yeti Drake sounds interesting.
Sounds like
Swarm Kraken
Hearthstone.
sounds fascinating.
What
Well,
do
that's
you
a-
want to know something about?
Twist Creature sounds more fascinating. Swarm Kraken just sounds...
There's a kraken.
bunch of them.
It's not a kraken swarm. It's a swarm kraken.
It's like a kraken, but it's a hydra. A hydra kraken. It's like one beast that has many beasts spawning from it, but still connected to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
thinking.
Dominator and the Twist Creature sounds interesting to me.
The Spike Dominator just sounds like... That sounds like... Not to roleplay for a character, but in my opinion, that sounds like the thing Milk would be like, fuck yeah. What's this thing?
You need to dominate the Dominator.
Of course.
I'm gonna put it to a straw poll.
Alright.
Well,
One
we
vote
all just
per-
vote for something different.
Then we'll refine the search terms to those, and then...
Yeah, like we'll find a way.
Life will find a way.
But it's true. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players and 7 votes, so it's very likely.
Knack is still isn't here.
But we are supposed to find all of them eventually, so it's really which one do you want to find first?
I mean, most of these sound pretty interesting.
Yeah. Clay Shifter sounds like it could be pretty predictable. I bet Stroy could just end up eating it, honestly. Flare
There's-
Drainer, probably some sort of fire
Steal
beast.
Fire.
Huh?
He's gonna steal the fire
Yeah.
of the Shrine Emulator.
The Shrine Emulator sounds big.
Yeah, there's something about the word combination shrine emulator.
Yeah. It's like it's going to immolate a shrine. It's like either it's a really big or it's a really small thing that works on really small shrines.
He's just some dude that causes arson at shrines.
There it is.
He's just a guy with a hammer.
Alright, well, I gotta vote for something. So let's go with.
Whoa, we got a majority.
3 votes. Is McNanis still not there?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Still, that means one person at least hasn't voted, though.
Yeah, I haven't voted yet. I'm still thinking. I'm tied between Stormcracker and Twist Ranger. But. Decisions.
Does Paulina get a vote?
Why not?
Alright. I voted.
Three
Man.
to one. I think that's fairly conclusive.
Yeah.
I voted for the Shrine Emulator because it sounds like the messiest one. Oh,
Just get it out of
So-
the way before Sasha gets in and just gets upset about it.
Alright, the Shrine Emulator. So the Shrine Emulator is a mysterious flaming entity that burns down the shrines to the Undying Emperor. Whenever one is built, within a week, the Shrine Emulator will come to burn it down.
Well, that sounds easy to track down. We just have to build a shrine with Winnie's newfound riches.
Let's build it out of stone so it can't catch on fire.
But we want it to be burnable so we can get it, right?
What duder?
Like, our goal is to beat up these myths, right?
No, the goal is just to find out as much about them, I think.
Oh.
I mean, if you could beat them up and then, like, capture them or something, that would probably help the most, but...
If you bring them back, that's super cool. If you don't, just file a nice report.
That is then, yeah, maybe making an unburnable one would be smart. If we can just let it be angry. But it's kind of rude to just assume we can use Winnie's money like that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of expensive to build a whole shrine. And
I
also
mean,
They
shrine
have
does
a
have
boatload of money.
Like, a
Also-
shrine can just be, like, a small, a small thing, you know, just big enough for some sort of, you know...
a lemonade stand.
Probably even smaller. Yeah, but yeah. Unless, of course, there's regulations for that stuff, but... Yeah, anyway.
I mean, I figured the first thing we'd do was find someone who would be knowledgeable in shrines and ask them about it.
Or, you know,
Yeah,
find-
if there are any unspoiled shrines yet, and we can just maybe hope we're lucky.
Well, I was going to head out to talk to people anyway, so I might as well do that on the side.
Alright.
So, shrine, fights, and leg surgeons.
Alright, give me a contacts.
Can help be given to that?
Oh dear. The dice hate
Alright.
me.
So Jimothy walks off to go talk to people. He does manage to track down a shrine. He is at the shrine, and oh, hey, look! There's the Shrine Emulator.
Oh, well, that was quick.
Are we there
I need-
too?
No.
Yeah, that's what I
No,
thought.
probably not.
Alright, I'm back.
Hi, welcome
back.
back. Jimothy is alone, and there's a giant fire monster.
How
Oh,
giant?
fun.
Is it? How big is the shrine? Is it bigger than the shrine?
It is larger than the shrine.
And the shrine is
Like,
walkable.
mausoleum size.
Any sort of distinguishable features I can tell? Like shape or something?
Fire.
It's
Given-
kind of vaguely humanoid.
Alright.
Given who you are and the kind of like background you got, wouldn't it be reasonable to think you might have some way to record this?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, I did have computer skills, so I'm probably not the kind to have gadgets with me. Like, it depends how common stuff like smartphones would be in the setting, I suppose.
From where you came from, it would make sense that you would. You might even have several from all those people on the cruise ship.
Yeah, they would probably be still with all the rest of the loot, but yeah, if stuff like that is actually sort of common in the setting, then I probably would have something like that. And so I would,
You could make a computer roll.
I suppose. Better than the skill that I'm actually good at.
Any stunt or any aspects?
You don't really have the equipment to be able to record this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best thing I suppose I could do is just get a good look at it and try to, remember what it looks like so I can give a description or something.
Give it a gift of alcohol to make it burn brighter.
I was thinking about that, but I figured that would be kind of a stupid idea to do in public.
If we built a shrine to the shrine emulator.
I don't think it would care much about it.
I think the people here would care that we made a shrine to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to get a good look at it, so it would be noticed, I suppose.
Investigate. You're trying to get all the
Eve.
details.
Even better.
Alright, so you now have a memory of the shrine immolator with 1 free invocation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just go back on the ship and say, "Hey guys, guess what I've just seen?"
The
What?
twist creature?
Well, before you go back,
Nah. Yeah.
so you are in this area. There's a giant fire monster.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose it's not on blocking my way to the ship or something, is it?
It's
am
not
I
blocking
in?
the exit currently.
So I'm not actually in the shrine or anything, right?
You're in the area.
So, who got there first, Jimothy or the emulator?
Jimothy got there, and then the immolator showed up.
What's the fire department response time?
Yeah, that would probably be also useful to know how they deal with it, I suppose.
Oh, this is probably like a single A area.
So wait, where's
It's a
the fire
shrine,
monster come
and the
from?
shrine emulator is a known thing. I'd say that the fire department is on call.
So wait, because I missed it, where did the fire monster come from?
It's one of the
Yeah.
7 myths we're after.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, but that's also a good question. Like, how did it appear? Did it just spontaneously materialize, or did it descend from the sky or something?
Just come from the west.
Smoke came in from outside and coalesced into this thing.
Oh.
So has any of the inhabitants told us anything about it? Do they know about it, or just it just showed up?
No, we
Haven't asked.
You know that it burns down shrines to the Undying Emperor within a week of them being built.
Ah.
And, we as a group had Paulina look it up, and then Jimothy went off on his own via contacts.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sneak off, trying not to gain its attention. It probably won't be interested in me, but better safe than sorry.
It
Sounds
sees you
like
sneaking.
stealth.
Okay. So does the fire monster look angry?
It looks like fire.
So it probably looks angry, but is it hostile?
It's hostile to the
hostile
shrine.
to the shrine.
Okay. And
So,
we're at a
Jimothy,
shrine right now?
as you are, Jimothy is at the shrine.
Oh, okay.
He's the only one there. None of us is there, other than him.
Okay, so the fire monster is with us, Alfred and Milk and Winnie.
No.
No.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then. So he just walked in on this fire monster in the process of destroying
The other
shrine.
way around. I entered the area and just at the same time around that shrine emulator appeared.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay.
And it melts through the stone.
Pretty strong fire.
We'll build a new shrine out of fire.
Make
I
one
made
out of
this one
water.
out of my tears.
You can't burn what's already on fire.
Build one onto water. Checkmate.
Yeah, if we just built one at sea, I feel like it would kind of be hard pressed to get there.
That's when the swarm kraken comes.
What if secretly the fire monster is the thing they're worshiping, and is coming and accepting the shrines as tribute?
The shrine
Smart
was the Undying Emperor all along.
Smart thinking. We're putting it out on the potential ideas list.
The emulator.
All right.
Hey, so Jimothy, you managed to escape.
Alright. I head back to the ship, make a mental note to maybe find some communicator stuff or something so I can actually talk to the other guys.
You going back to the ship? Why not just come to us?
That's where we are at.
Oh, we're in the ship now?
Well,
Oh, okay.
Alfred might still be out.
And
if
even
he
if you're
wants
not on the ship, I wouldn't know where you are, so, you know,
Oh, okay.
might as well
No,
report
I'd
to
have-
Polina.
I'd have followed Milk, honestly.
to. Or we said you were busy holding open the door for everyone.
Okay, that does sound like Alfred.
Oh yeah, you missed the Fight Club.
No. Oh well.
Milk killed a man.
Oh, rip.
I won money.
Rip nondescript lizard guy.
No,
He was
he's
a scribe.
got a suit.
Oh, okay.
He
Rip
was kind of a
described
jerk.
lizard guy.
So
He had a pole arm, and now a young lad has a pole arm.
It was named after cheese. Which is
Yeah,
appropriate
Brie.
because the opponent was called Milk.
Amazing. I get that. I bet that really curdled his milk.
So when I get back to the ship, I'm guessing nobody has left, or I suppose people could have left in the meantime.
How long were you gone?
It's probably gone for a while.
yeah, that's a bigger question. Like, while like multiple hours.
I'm guessing at least an hour.
Yeah, probably
So-
an hour.
While you were gone, the rest of the team's just discussing the shrine emulator, be like, "Oh, it's maybe this one, oh, yada yada yada." And at some point, Strike just chimes in and it's like, "Oh no, see, shrine emulator is just the natural predator of the shrines. Yeah, it's just nature. That's how it works." Like Strike knows anything.
There's wisdom in these words, right?
So okay. So my question. I'm actually. Well, wait. We now. So he just told us about the giant fire monster.
So long as we decide that we're not doing anything in particular while he's gone.
Okay. Well, I mean, I assume Jimothy came and told us about it.
As soon as he got back, probably.
Okay.
I'd probably come back and tell everybody to shut up so I can get my thoughts together.
Okay.
Wait, just let me concentrate. I need to get all the details right.
All right. So my question is,
Like just to probably make a picture or something of the based on the description.
okay. So is the leader of this planet? The leader of this planet is probably making all these shrines, and this monster is obstructing their free ability to express their religion. Is it not?
Well, we don't know.
I
What
need to
is
find
religion?
out. I need to find out who's in charge here and what they want me to do. Because I will fight this fire monster if it is required in my service.
Like,
I suppose Milk would probably be in charge since he's, I think we established that Milk was the second in the line of command because he's responsible for security.
what if, hear me out here, the leader of this planet doesn't want shrines, and the shrine emulator is an agent?
Then we must recruit the shrine emulator.
But we don't know, that's the thing.
That's why we must find out. That is our job, is it not?
Alright. We gotta speak with the city's king.
Yes.
Also, he
Speak
might know
to all
about
the
the other
kings.
ones.
The king of town.
Yeah, the king of town.
The king
Burger
of cities,
Meister.
So are you going to try to get an audience with the Undying Emperor?
This is what I've been doing on every planet up to now.
That's pretty much like what our team has to do in order to learn everything going on with it.
We could
Well,
talk
in
to
general.
anybody else, or I guess is that what the context was for?
Yeah.
That's
like
for
some
finding
sort
a
of-
shrine.
Diplomat would probably be more appropriate.
Alfred, because Alfred always sees the highest authority of a planet as, the highest authority, he wants to serve that end. So that's where he goes.
But that's us. We're the highest authority.
We're the highest authority in the ship, but as far as like our mission is concerned, which he's still been told is to study and help people. Like if the service of helping people means helping the basically what I'm saying is that he'll pretty much interpret helping the people as helping whoever's in authority. Unless it's like an absolute tyrant who like is killing people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just waiting for Milk to kill the Undying Emperor.
I mean, just taking what everyone said, like, so we're only here for a little while. We got 7 things to encounter. I think we should just ask this place's king, ask if they're okay with the emulator, and if they know anything about the other ones, then we can just go there, go at those places.
I'd also be interested to know who, if this thing is perhaps summoned, who would be enemies of this shrine, who would no longer want these shrines built.
Just like emulator for one?
Yes. And
Yeah,
what are
that's
these
what I'm wondering.
shrines
I want to
for?
know if the Undying Emperor has any enemies.
And what are these shrines used for? I mean, it's in worship of the Undying Emperor, but who is the Undying Emperor? What are his ends? And do they align with the forces of chaos and entropy, or not?
Why don't you put your heads together and see what you know about the Undying Emperor? More than
Alright.
what you learned from the questions.
That's the lore thing?
Yep.
Alright. So
I
only Winnie and I have lore.
Yeah,
Some
I'm not involved in this
media
discussion. I'm busy talking to Paulina so she can make a picture of the emulator.
So
Oh my
assuming Winnie
goodness.
is there,
Somebody who
yeah,
has lore should be the one that makes the roll.
yeah.
That
Oh, I
makes-
thought we were all just rolling.
No.
Oh, okay.
it's
No,
team-
because of how many players we are, if everyone rolls for a thing like that, like it stacks things too much in our favor.
Not
Are all
necessarily.
these-
Could be
I'm gonna
both.
test something real quick and just roll a bunch to see what happens because I've only been rolling like super low numbers. I'm wondering if it's like still on a D20.
I mean, I'm seeing the fate die roll if you hover over.
Yeah, but the fate die roll is 0. Oh wait, silly me. This is fate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got all the things messed up. Okay, cool.
Winnie, you helping out?
Yep.
Yeah, in this game, 4 is really high. Oh,
Oh,
really
yeah,
good. 6 is
Four.
like amazing. 8 is legendary.
Yeah, I just crossed wires with other systems. That's all.
Mm.
I've been
All
listening
three.
to a series of D&D. That's why.
So
Did you get
2 and-
+1 for Winnie?
Yep. So it's a 4.
Nice.
Right, so
Do we
hold
have
on a
any
second.
aspects?
Trying to find if the questions were put in the... Nope, they were not put in the Discord. So let me scroll back up and see what you already know.
Pretty sure they were. It was just not pinned.
Yeah, apparently not.
Oh yeah, we should build a shrine in the Fight Club.
Oh yeah, then we can have it be a theater fight with the fire monster.
Alright, there was one thing that you didn't know about him. That you're going to continue to not know about him.
Or that.
'Cause that's planet lore.
We are looking up him specifically, though, yeah.
Yeah. So you know that he has a reputation for being exceptionally cruel, even by the standards of this people. The only thing that he values, other than himself and his empire, is his pet.
What if we built a shrine to the Undying Emperor's pet? I don't know what that would accomplish, but we could.
Do we know what its pet is?
I'll get to
We
that.
got a separate lore for the pet.
That is the
You
fire
actually
monster.
will.
Oh, alright.
So you know that he does not like any kind of non-perfection.
I can relate.
Imperfection in his presence is considered treason.
So milk is prohibited from ever going to the Imperial Palace.
What?
As long as he has that leg.
Oh, you're right.
And when I say
People
I can
who
relate,
come
I mean
to see
Alfred.
him are routinely executed.
Like, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's very difficult to be perfect.
You are the
Yeah.
perfect, or you're not me.
Strike's perfect. Strike literally, like, doesn't shit. He's symmetrical. Everything about him's perfect.
Those are the only two things that define perfection.
Yeah. His shit doesn't stink. That's the premise for perfection. Doesn't have shit.
Anyway,
It's true.
what do you guys know about the pets of this planet?
Alright, you roll it this time, Winnie. You get my +1.
Okay. Insane.
You know, so completely going against anything this group is going for, but still a funny idea all the same. What if we, through some means, whatever they be, made his pet imperfect?
Oh, that's just mean.
Yeah.
Right. So, on this planet, the most popular pets for the upper class are a species of lizard known as the chug.
So 1G or 2?
1G.
Okay.
1H or 2?
1H.
1C or 2?
1.
1U or 2?
1.
Are there any other letters?
No.
There
Yes,
are
there's
5.
a W, but it's silent and invisible.
Are there
That's
any
right.
other numbers?
No.
Okay. Any apostrophe?
You're an
Any
apostrophe.
Maybe.
any punctuation, I suppose would be the question.
You're committing apostrophe right now. Let's go.
So they are favored by high society because their mouth shape makes it look like they are constantly smiling.
Aw.
They have
Okay.
chameleon-esque properties to change their coloring. They are fiercely loyal, and as loyal as they are equally cruel. They are known to hunt for sport.
I mean, you wouldn't
And
call cats cruel.
creatures
hold
that
on.
they have decided to hunt for sport, they will not eat, even if it means that they will starve.
Question that isn't addressed here, maybe isn't a piece of trivia, but important nonetheless, if we can find it out. How big is it? Like dog size, horse size, elephant size?
Hamster sized.
Regular
Hamster-
lizard size.
Maybe like hamster size.
The Undying Emperor's Chug, in particular, is a giant chug. It was genetically engineered to be perfectly the size of his chair, so he can pet it without having to raise or lower his arm.
That's just
Sure.
weird.
There's also a common procedure that you can perform with a chug to fix its coloration by supplying various electric shocks to the brain. You can force it to color itself in a particular way that you want it to, and then fry that part of the brain so they can't change again.
Ooh.
What color is his, if we know?
You don't know.
Okay.
The color of cruelty.
Troy, I know you were told that we're not supposed to kill anyone,
We're not.
but there are exceptions that they just didn't have time to tell you about.
I really don't like that you're doing this to Strike. I really don't. It's like, alright, Strike's gonna be here, he's gonna be like the moral compass of the group. It's like, oh, this is our job, this is what we're supposed to do, not do. And you're just like, but actually, no! And Strike's like, okay. You just really
You're
fuck
not
with my
much of
character.
a moral compass if you just allow anybody to change your moral compass.
Yeah, no, like, I think Strike, like, has to say no to that. Like, we have a guidelines. It's like, I know where I'm from, this typically doesn't happen, guidelines and shit, but this is here. And you have to adapt to the rules. Strike says to Milk.
What if we adapt the rules?
No.
See, Winnie
The
gets
Undying
it.
Emperor is the highest authority on this planet.
But is he the strongest authority?
Look, I'm gonna.
No. Strike says you can't make nature adapt to you. You have to adapt to nature. And the nature of our situation is we can't kill.
Look, in his name it says Undying, so it's okay if you beat him up. He won't
No.
die. It says so right on his label.
Let's find this. Let's find the beast. The demo. What are we doing? Are we pursuing to talk to this guy? After explicitly being said, yeah, 9 out of, like, even if one of us goes, there's still a 9 out of 10 chance of him dying. If all of us go, there's like a 100% chance of one of us dying.
Is it known in our 4 roll to how is it that people die when they go and visit them?
They are routinely executed.
Alright, just an
How-
execution. We'll just
how-
fight back.
What can we get any sort of glimpse on what his guidelines for perfection are?
That has to be public knowledge you can look up when you get here.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. What are the public rules for what perfection dictates?
Give me a computer roll.
Moi?
Anyone has computer here?
Only
I can-
Paulina.
I can
Alright.
default on it. Oh yeah.
We'll let Polina roll for it.
Or did Alfred have computer?
First,
I might have computer.
This is
Paulina.
Paulina's one
Not
computer
yet.
roll. Well, I mean, she still rolled a 1. We'll see if she's helpful, though.
Yeah, I have computer.
Creative, which deliberately conceals being mean-spirited. Dependent on the surface, but excited underneath. Sulky, which unconsciously
Sulky.
conceals being fascinated.
Sulky. I want her to be fascinated with perfection.
Both 2 and 3 are interesting.
I think 1, just because that sounds like interesting.
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of the ones that we've been voting for are like the mean-spirited ones. So,
I mean, Paulina is mean-spirited.
No,
yeah, but she doesn't have to be all the time.
it's wishy-washy. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like in the situation we're in, where we're looking up rules to not die, we want it to be in our favor, the person who's telling us.
Fair.
Yeah.
Let's go with the number 2. I vote for dependent.
Yeah, dependent is like exactly what we kind of need.
Yeah.
What
Just
do you
this
need me to
once, let's
find?
vote.
Guidelines for perfection.
Perfection from whom? What guidelines?
What, the Immortal Emperor? Wait, am I actually at the place where this is before I
What?
get back?
What kinds of people don't get executed when they visit the Emperor?
Jimothy just got back.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
You got back on us asking this, Paulina.
Yeah, Shrike will ask Polina, what kinds of people don't get executed when they go to visit the Emperor? And what are the common themes between them?
Give me a moment to search. I have found one list of rules for seeing the Emperor. Printing. Out of a little socket in one of the walls, a string of paper starts printing
It has Clippy on it.
and continues printing.
And continues.
Still printing.
The water is boiling. You put the noodles in the water. Ouch, it's hot.
What number are we on in the list?
It's going to be printing rules for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I think after
how many
10
pages?
seconds we could have stopped, to be honest.
Shrike will pick up the paper as it's still printing, take a look at it, look up at the group, and say, I can't.
So, a few examples. While you're in the presence of the Undying Emperor, you are not allowed to blink. The slightest twitch is a sign of imperfection.
That's not
If your
good.
voice wavers, if you ask the wrong questions.
So far, it sounds like Shrike is the perfect candidate to meet the Immortal Emperor, frankly.
Yeah, as of
Oh.
now.
Unfortunately, Shrike uses twitches of the antenna as part of like the mainstay of his
Oh.
communication.
Oh,
What else?
So, for Shrike to be in the presence of the Emperor, Shrike would have to not communicate physically. And also not think.
there's probably a rule against that somewhere, I bet.
No thinking while in the presence of the Emperor.
You can't be
There
too
is a
immobile
very
because
strict
that's
dress
weird.
code.
Hmm.
Yeah, Shrike doesn't wear clothes.
Is there anything else? Is that it?
Is there anything about your shit not stinking?
Yeah, you need to give a stool sample before you're permitted.
Why do we keep coming back to this?
Because that's a typical, like, hyperbole for someone who thinks that they're above other people, saying that their shit doesn't stink. So that would be a representation of a metaphorical perfection.
The more you know. Well, judging by
If
what I've
that
been told
comes
so
up,
far.
you have already failed for a number of reasons.
Like, defecating in front of the Immortal Emperor.
It's like, well, it doesn't smell, so.
All right. So, is there
No blinking,
anything
no
else?
twitching.
Anything else on this list? So, just don't twitch. No imperfect speech. No
Well,
asking
there's-
the wrong questions.
It's a
Don't give
2
him bad
minute
news.
list.
What's that?
Don't give him bad news.
Okay.
Like it took 2 minutes to print out. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of things. This
Well,
is like an idea of the kind of thing.
I looked through it intentionally looking for anything having to do with bones or anything that would disregard Alfred for the job, because so far it sounds like Alfred might be the best candidate.
Yeah, except that Alfred can't go places on his own because he's a servant.
Well, he
He
can
doesn't
go
know that.
somewhere if we ask him to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he owns
but
servants.
I feel like if he's not in the presence of one of us, someone could say, "Hey, there's an unattended non-royal. Mine now."
Hmm.
Is being royal one of the rules for
Oh,
being in this?
definitely.
Yeah, with the noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
here's my question on the whole slave thing, because like, if I'm going to consider myself a slave in this world, and I need to be attended all the time, but if my masters were to send me on something, would that mean that I am merely doing my duty as that, or is me being alone meaning that I can be taken in by anybody else as their servant instead?
I
Who
think.
knows?
Yeah, I think if a royal person were to send a servant in their stead to meet the Undying Emperor, the servant would be executed, and so would the master.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That is
Because
logical.
the master is intentionally putting imperfection in before the Undying Emperor.
In that case, perhaps what I could do, because this seems like it would be what we need to do for this mission, I will be willing to play the part of a master and get the proper papers for it.
I already have the papers.
Excellent.
Oh,
All right, so
here's a question.
but you
What
also
def-
can't because you accepted a compel for that.
yeah,
That is true.
Hmm.
So, never mind.
There's a question. What defines royalty here?
the proper paperwork.
Proper people like identifying somebody as nobility. So we are barons of technology from some planets that I forgot.
I mean,
yeah,
I still don't
actually-
see why we have to go to the Emperor to learn about
Neither do I.
fire beasts.
It just seemed like the quickest way to do so, but you can always try to find somebody else who can answer. Maybe local authorities.
Yeah, like the emperor, if they would even be inclined to answer anything, is probably busy with other stuff like
Yeah.
executing imperfect people.
True, true. All right then. I say we try to find one of the normal authorities, a policeman or what have you, and we ask them all the questions we need to, because clearly this tyrant is going to be way too busy to deal with us.
Before we do
think
that, before we do this, is anybody good at making drawings?
I can conjure a drawing.
Someone
could-
here who isn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ship's artist.
Yes, our blobby friend does appear to be quite tuckered out.
Yeah, I figured as much. Because I've got I've just seen something and I think you'd probably like to see a picture of it. It's the Shrine Emulator, I think it was.
And Ralph is there. He just thought it was other week.
Yeah, I'm aware of it, but in character he's not around. So.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if he comes here, then he will be around.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, what do we need the drawing for again?
I've encountered what I think is the Shrine Emulator. There was a shrine, and a minute later it was on fire.
Oh.
That sounds like something you were interested in, right?
Yes, but we need a
And-
drawing of this monster.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't have anything to take pictures with it. I'm going to look if I have something like that around, but until then I suppose Scripting would be probably the best
Hmm.
thing you could have, right?
Yes, describe it to me, and I'll try to create a drawing for us.
All right. I'm going to invoke that memory to make that drawing. Unless Marav comes on right now.
Well, give me a craft roll.
All right. Wouldn't it be magic? Well, it's magic for use in craft. Okay. Well, I don't have craft. Rip. Okay. I'll take it. I could also. I guess I could spend a
You could-
point.
Yes, it serves the people. Doesn't spend a magic point for summoning what other people want, so I suppose summoning an image could count, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a bit vague, yeah.
I mean, I can't invoke my my trouble as something that helps me do this.
So
can
how
I?
is anybody other than Jimothy even drawing it?
I'm drawing it from Jimothy's description,
I'm
Or
thinking
rather, not drawing it,
material.
materializing a drawing of this creature. So this is like double proxy art.
So probably not very, not very high fidelity.
No, especially since I rolled a 2.
You
Mhm.
draw a picture of fire.
Yeah.
Does this look like the monster you saw?
Close enough.
Is it really? Because it just looks like fire to me.
Yeah, let's be honest, it was just fire. It was a bit of smoke at the beginning, but then it was really just fire.
Alfred takes a crayon and starts like drawing some smoke on it.
If you want anything more detailed than that, Jimothy is going to have to do it.
Yeah.
I did
Okay.
F craft, so
Can
You can roll
you
it anyway.
draw it instead? I don't feel like this is going
I'll
to be.
try.
You get
Yeah,
you
it's
draw
good.
water.
You want to use your free invocation?
I mean, no,
Yeah.
because even then, Alfred has a better roll.
He adds 2 dots for eyes and a great big smile, and there you go.
Yep.
Just zigzags for the flame. Looks like Goku.
Alright. I am going to offer you a compel. You can make a perfect recreation of this thing. It's like, to the dot, like, yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Accidentally
But-
drawing it on your nobility papers.
Hello.
Hi. Who's
Hello.
this?
On one hand, you know, I'm not going to use that fate point anyway, so no, I'm not going to accept. I'm going to use that fate point.
We got a bit to
Thank-
catch you up on, Ralph.
Okay. Wait, I have crafts. I have crafts at +2.
Actually,
So
yeah.
Jimothy takes the crayon, just draws more fire,
We have Mraf
and
now,
then breaks
so
the crayon.
Jazz is here, right?
Technically, yes.
Yes. So now we have our artist back, right on time.
And who's going to fill just Ralph in with what we're doing?
Jazz
We are-
materializes.
So we are on a new planet. We are looking for one of 7 mythical beings, which we have decided to go for a specific one named the what is it called?
Shrine Emulator.
Shrine Immolator. We know that it is a giant being of fire. It is of a size larger than the shrines it demolishes, made of fire. It shows up whenever a shrine is built to a specific being, that being the undying emperor. It shows up whenever one is built and destroys it, so we know how to find it. Also on the planet there is the undying emperor, who's a insatiably cruel man who's in charge of everything. He likes perfection. He has a pet. It's pretty much the same thing, just the same descriptors. Anyway, what we're doing right now, trying to draw a picture of the flame monster.
Because Jimothy saw it, but he was alone, and he's trying to have it for the report.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if we want him to draw a flame monster. Because wouldn't that just create another flame monster?
No.
We just go up to the emperor and we're like, "There's a monster attacking your shrines. It looks exactly like this," and introduce him to a new flame monster.
It's like this, but bigger.
Why don't we create a water monster? Yeah, it couldn't
It's
go
the exact
wrong.
opposite of this. Just imagine it, okay? Tell you what we could do. How about this? Let's us, now that we have our artist friend, let's go see if we can catch another glimpse of the fire monster still in the shrine, and quickly escape before it notices. Hopefully.
Like, it's been a while since I've left the shrine, so it's probably already burnt down.
True. Well, actually, why do we really need this picture? I mean, wouldn't the authorities already know about this fire monster?
I think we're making the picture for our records.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, records are meant to be fixed later on. If we ever meet with this fire monster again, we can remedy it with a better picture. But I think the task at hand now is to figure out more. Because it seems as though we can't really manage a better picture of this monster.
Well, there didn't seem like there's much more to learn. Like, the shrine's there, he comes, he burns, he leaves.
Well, then maybe we should pursue one of the other 7.
So are we declaring the emulator taken care of in terms of reports? Just that's 1 out of 7 completed?
We only have one witness to this monster so far, and
Well, that's why the drawing of it, the purpose was to have just extra info, but with that, we got what we need.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure if it's actually...
How would Jazz draw it if they haven't seen it?
Well, a description is given.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a policeman sketch.
So when
Yeah, I guess so.
Jimothy saw the monster, Jimothy made an investigate roll to take in the appearance of the monster to then relay later to someone else to draw it, or in this case, draw it himself.
Hey, and Jazz is the artist of the team.
But it also just kind of looks like fire.
Yeah, but
Vaguely humanoid.
yeah, you gotta get the subtleties in.
So Jazz could attempt a craft roll.
Yeah, I think they will.
And I'm going to invoke my memory on that one.
Well, not a great craft roll.
I could try to craft roll.
You did with the information you were given.
Yeah.
Jazz also draws fire.
Jazz shows up,
You
is
know
told
what?
to
Good
draw a
enough.
fire monster. They go, okay.
Well, I'm sure UAT will be glad that we actually have a report on one of the things.
We know how it appears. We know that it's really roughly just really fire that appears over the shrine and put it down. And yeah, like what else could you really want?
So
It
now,
fired off a blast
Motivation.
of fire.
No,
From
that's
itself.
no, that.
So is Jimothy going to say, "Yep, that's what I saw," or is still unsatisfied
enough.
with the pictures?
Good enough. Like I probably know that I can't really give a better description. So say, yeah, that's probably good enough.
All right, there's 6 left more. There's 6 of us. Let's all just take one and split off.
I say no to that.
I say milk bad ideas.
You're choking Shrike with your bad ideas.
That's one thing I can't digest.
Found your weakness.
99%.
Strike, Winnie. Go off on your own.
Oh boy.
All right, no more like, all right, Alfred.
Go off on your own. Get captured. Become a new slave of some of God knows what kind of mysterious being.
All right, are we doing this? Are we splitting up? Is that a thing the group is committing to?
No.
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
My suggestion is that we continue exploring the city because we haven't done much of that, and trying to find these other 6 creatures.
Let us find a map of the city.
There we go. Good. Actually, maybe
Library.
what's the name of the ship again?
There's a word I was looking
Paulina.
for.
Where's maybe Paulina can help. Paulina, do you have a map of this area, of this city?
Printing.
Excellent.
Is there anything else you need me to do?
I don't know. Is there anything you need me to do?
Please provide instructions.
Lena, 3D print me a crown, because I'm supposed to be royalty, apparently.
Printing.
Nah,
If
probably have
anyone
a.
else needs a crown, I can also conjure up crowns for them.
If Strike were to wear anything,
Alright,
Did
milk
you
now
royal?
is a crown. Hot off the press.
Nice.
if Strike were to wear anything depicting royalty, I think it would be more of a sash.
Costume
That's-
completed.
No, I don't think sash would work for him because of the wing thing.
Just a
Can
lanyard.
I
Make
can
sure
I
to add
roll
a crown
for
to that art.
Can I roll for royal garbs for everybody? Because I think that'd be really good.
Jazz could make their own.
That's true. Well, anybody who wants royal garbs, Alfred will now offer to make them.
Well, it depends if, like, are they roomy? Can you move around easily in them, or?
If you want them to, then I can make them that way.
All right.
Stick figures.
I mean, I won't say
Probably
no to
think-
that.
Something
You
like a
have
cape.
seen
thing.
an amount of their fashion.
That's true. So I have to like make it replicate theirs. Or well, I mean, we're obviously from another world, so we can still
Yeah,
Go
you
as
could
royalty
go with
from
other
other
fashion.
Yeah.
Depends
So
on
whatever
how much
you
you want to
guys-
fit in.
If you wanted to spit in the face of the Undying Emperor.
That's true. Well, whatever. Because Alfred isn't really thinking too much about that. He's more just like, we need to look royal. So, whatever y'all guys consider royal, that's what he'll try to make. So, I guess I'll just roll that. What should I roll? Magic
What does
or
Roy
craft?
consider royal?
He said a
What
sack.
are the features of an apex predator in the insect world?
In the insect world?
Oh, queen bee. Let's see.
Mandibles.
A
Large.
giant butt.
Let's see. No, I'm not termite queen.
I would imagine it might have like those like big the things on the head, like not the horn. It looks like a horn, but the horn beetles.
If Strike will ask for a further description of what royalty entails, and probably not react until the word queen comes up.
Okay, well, I've worked for mini royalties.
Mind
Usually, it involves
Actual
very
word was
refined.
nobility, so
Oh, that's true.
we're supposed to be barons.
Yeah.
Okay, no nobility or kingship, queenship, whatever it may be.
Oh, a
Uh,
queen.
Yeah,
Property
that's
ownership.
here. It will. They would look for one thing in charge. They would be very refined. and usually it involves jewels or fine linens, something usually of a purple or red nature. This world seems to favor, what color would they favor?
Random color.
Teal
Yellow
and
because
peach.
danger.
Teal and peach?
No.
Oh.
Teal and peach.
No. The colors of watermelon.
Oh,
Oh.
red and green.
Red and green. That actually kind of makes sense.
Specifically watermelon colors.
That actually makes sense with the lizard people.
So green on the outside, red on the inside. Yeah, that sounds like a lizard.
Jay,
favor
just like-
red
just
and
like
green.
Those
lizards.
shades of red and green.
The sound
They're
is
always
great.
celebrating Christmas.
Like it's striped green with a light green and a darker green.
Light
So-
green, dark green, and like a deep pink red.
Pink red with the black dots in it.
Okay, Alfred, just make me a simple tiara with some red and green jewels in it.
All right.
So yeah, the specific denominator, something that represents being a queen in insect culture, is in fact a massively swollen abdomen.
I told you.
All right.
Right,
So
right, time to adapt.
Well, remember that thing we talked about with Strike? Hold on, I'll mention it in you remember?
Yeah. Did you take that stunt?
Oh no, not that. Hold on, let me.
I don't know about this. What is it? I guess I'll find out.
Would it be okay to message you in Discord right now?
How dare you?
It depends on who you're talking to. I assume you're talking to Fuse.
Okay.
So, it wouldn't be so much. There is the possibility of just that. Like, adapting, and that being the case.
All you need to do is grow a large abdomen and have a lot of children.
That feels like a bit of a
an
commitment.
infestation.
It's all
That's
part of the
one.
disguise.
Since when do bugs commit to their children?
I mean, a queen kind of puts herself into a sedentary lifestyle for her entire life for the commitment of her colony. So
You know what? If that's a possibility, I'm. What's your trouble? You're not civilized.
yeah, anti-civilized specifically.
Okay. I kind of wanna invoke that actually, because I feel like it'd be really funny to have like this character. It would be funny to have Schwick just have a bunch of kids, basically a swarm at his command.
So Strike is going to clarify that as part of disguise, having a large entourage is something that would assist in the appearance.
Okay, I can do that.
Alright, so is Alfred going to magic up some children?
I believe that's what's happening.
A large entourage of similarly looking, but yet smaller.
Just a swarm of
Yeah.
garbage eaters.
Okay. So
Oh
yeah,
no, we'll
do I-
starve here with nothing to eat.
A large entourage of small things that look like me.
this is a very bad idea. I think this
Yeah.
is a very bad idea. But I think it's happening, so do I roll magic or craft or what? Well, this is just bringing a bunch
No,
of.
this is magic.
Okay, let's see.
Three dudes.
Okay.
And you would roll
Okay.
magic for each thing that you're bringing.
Okay, so the first
So,
one is for
This is for
Schwartz.
children?
Yes.
Alright, 3 shifts worth of making children.
Oh,
I mean, he said he wanted to invoke it. Like, could I help with this in any way? Like giving details as to. All right.
Well, I'm assuming that would be like a reasonably sized swarm of maybe like 100.
Jazz and Winnie could help.
Oh yeah, Jazz.
I mean, 100 would be
Sure,
plenty.
Jazz
We don't really need a gigantic swarm, just something for Swerk to rule.
My hope is going to make specifically gigantic number.
All right, Stroik,
What-
Yes.
give me a D200.
Plus anything or just
Straight up.
42?
42 children.
And how big are these?
Okay.
Things? I'm assuming that they're, maybe
30%.
like
30%
third of
size.
Stroik's size.
a third. Oh, that's not what I was imagining at all.
So now
Okay.
there
Let
are
it.
42 Stroiklings flooding the ship.
All right.
Do they obey me?
They are children.
Yes.
Are they much like me in mental capacity?
I am going to compel you to say that they are children, and will not listen to you.
I'm going to reject that compel.
Yeah, honestly, no. They like bugs are like really super loyal to their queen.
Yeah.
So in this case, if they're
But
their
Stroik
children,
is not the queen.
Alfred is.
I specifically said an entourage.
I mean, unless I was
That
unless
just
I
means
should
that
have.
they follow you.
Okay.
Being
So
in
they
physical proximity does not mean that they obey you.
So I guess this means that I should have rolled higher if I wanted to like make this a bunch of bugs that obey him.
Yeah, I think that's just byproduct of it being a 3 roll.
That stinks. Oh well. Them's the breaks. All right, so I guess
if I give a fate point up, what happens here? Like they do obey me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give a fate point up because they are insect children.
Yeah.
And tend to seek guidance from the queen, I guess. Well, let's see how do cockroach children act. Y'all, I'll decide this. Y'all go on with your wishes or whatever.
Also, actually spend that fate point.
I'll deciding on that whether I will. It's irrelevant until we start doing things, right?
pretty much, I think.
So before we leave the ship, I will decide to take or give a fate point. Is that okay?
And there's your 42.
42 little Stroiklings.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of relevant right now whether they start trashing the ship.
I
And
suppose
then eating
that's
it?
true.
Well, I don't want that.
I think you can afford the fate coin.
I know I
Yeah,
can.
this is-
I know I can. I'm just wondering what I want to be. I want to stick to the canon of cockroachness.
Oh boy.
Like, did you use? I feel like this would be another situation where we would have wanted to use like some sort of summoning circle.
I know it's a bit early for this, but what are we going to do with all these Shortlings when we're done?
Eat them.
No, maybe.
We'll continue to use them. Like we have a
We
whole
don't need them
squad.
anymore. They're garbage.
I mean, with bugs and all that, that probably isn't super out of the question.
They're not even his real children.
I think my biggest concern right now is like, would it feel out of character for Strike to reject an anti-civilized thing?
Wow,
Right.
you were breaking up something fierce there.
I feel like it would be out of character for Strike to reject this, but also out of character, it would be disastrous for me to accept it, and I know that.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that the whole spending or not
That's
spending
why
a
it's
fate
a
point
compel.
that is the game. That is an in-game thing. So as a player, you spend that fate point. This isn't an in-character deal.
Okay.
It just
So,
kind of depends on what you want to do.
I'll spend a fate point to have the children be magically obedient.
Thank you. That's now this will add a lot. I think this will be fun.
So you've got your
So-
swarm of obedient Stroiklings.
Do they all have my stunts as well?
They have a third of your stunts.
So 3 of them can collectively spend a fate point to eat anything.
This will be fun. All right. Who else would like something? Describe to me what you want, and then I will make the royal garbs for you.
I'm already well dressed. I don't think I need anything more.
Okay.
Just like a simple tiara with watermelon colored gems.
All right. I'll roll magic.
Alright. Stroik needs to gather
Ooh.
15 fate points. So that he and all of his Stroiklings can together devour 15 things at once.
Yeah.
You can become a destructive powerhouse.
I was actually thinking earlier, like if we wanted to extinguish the fire monster, it would make sense to just use his own power against him. It's a big old thing. Fire has specific requirements for burning. Let's dig a deep hole, and then put stuff in it.
All right. Well, I rolled a
Fire.
-1 on the tiara.
Alright, -1
Also, wow.
tiara.
Did you want to spend a fate point on it?
I could spend.
You can use it to
Manifest-
reroll.
Wow.
You know what? I
minuses.
gained a fate point earlier, so I'll go ahead and use a fate point.
You manifest the tiara, but you clip it into the skull.
Instead of being a tiara with watermelon colored gems, it's watermelon with tiara colored gems.
Okay. So as a butler, I'm going to go ahead and spend a fate point using the aspect butler, and
Right.
just do I reroll or do I add plus?
I think you'll want to re-roll this because it was 4 minuses.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
Yeah.
So
On average,
magic.
that's a +4 if you reroll.
okay, 3. That's much better.
Hey, look, it's the average.
Yep. There we go. See, basically,
Okay, so it's
I-
not a Walmart brand tiara.
Hooray.
It's not made of plastic and sequins.
Fuse.
It's made of glass.
I have a proposition.
Propose.
Due to the anti-civilized nature, the whole thing is nature, and like how insects think for themselves and move for themselves. I have an entourage of things that follow me acting as the queen. My proposition is I give up my ability for them to be obedient to me as a player, in turn for them to what I would already want, such as
In turn
such
for
as
them
ants.
to what I already want.
You cut out
Like-
right as you were explaining the meat of what you were about to say.
As a queen need not ask of her ants, I want my entourage to do the same.
So like they work on their own, doing what you want on their own, not specifically needing you to ask them for it.
So you want a hive mind?
Yes.
Okay, that works.
That's the true mark of royalty.
You can spend a fate point to have a hive mind.
Yes.
Worth it.
Alright, Jimothy already looks well dressed. Alfred is already a servant. So who's left?
I got Polina to get me a crown already, so that's taken care of.
Jazz, I guess.
Jazz, do you want me to make something, or are you going to handle it?
Jazz is going to make something themselves, but you can help, I guess.
Okay, I'll help. So, since I'm helping him, I guess he rolls for his craft.
Would it be craft or magic? For like,
Oh yeah.
You use craft to draw the thing, and then you pull it out.
All right.
I guess in this case, you can use craft in place of magic.
All right. And previously, I've used magic for this, so that's
Oh, okay. I don't know how exactly.
I
that
wasn't
works.
sure. Yeah, I could use craft.
You could also use magic in place of craft, but that's kind of what I just did too. So I don't know.
I mean, I have higher magic than craft, but
Maybe you can choose which one you want to roll, but you're always going to roll magic in that case. I don't know. We haven't worked out the kinks of the new magic system like this.
I have an idea. I want to use my high aspect to give people fashion advice on how to dress well.
Alright, you could invoke that to help people.
You're a little late. There's only one other person to help. Unless you
I
want to
mean,
give advice to Milk.
Just a, yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be an in general thing.
Like Milk just gets a crown, so it would probably just be Jazz and Winnie.
My question about the crown is it like was it plastic
Like,
printed?
you would invoke it for a roll.
I got it 3D printed from Polina, so you can kind of guess at what kind of material it's made from.
Probably plastic.
Probably.
Yeah.
So you have the Walmart tiara.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that for the computer skill then. For
But that already
for Milk's
happened.
crown. Dang.
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry. You can't really give any advice. It's already done, pretty much.
I could tell Paulina how to make a better one.
That's true. You could advise Milk to get a new one instead.
Yeah.
so
I
for
can wear
pop art,
2 crowns.
so for pop art now, I use craft for that stunt.
Yeah, because you're just drawing something.
Okay. That's okay.
Milk should get 2 little tiny crowns on his horns.
And I did ask whoever for help. Whoever offered it. I forget.
I offered it.
And
Yeah.
Alfred has craft,
I don't have craft.
then you can't help.
Never mind.
5 is still good, though.
Anybody invoking
Yeah.
anything?
To do what? Oh, I have craft. What's up? Hello?
I'm making myself. I didn't say what I was making, did I?
No.
Sure
Okay. I thought it and then forgot to say it, I guess. Royal-looking crop top.
Okay. Strike has many hands and has +2 in crafts. Strike can assist with that. If you will allow them.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Oh,
You
that's
don't roll for that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just add 1.
Okay. +1.
Okay, so that's
6.
6. Yeah.
And Jazz still has his sunglasses.
Oh, Jazz now has the royalist crop top. It even smells like watermelon.
Tastes like watermelon.
You can find out if Jazz lets you.
Thanks.
Outside where there are stalls selling watermelons.
No, that's a high class food.
Be right back.
Fried watermelon.
Yeah, I'm going to invoke my aspect to ask Paulina to make a new crown for Milk because the one she's made is kind of obviously fake.
I'm sorry. You still wouldn't be using a fate point for this yet.
Come on.
Ooh. GM.
Would anybody like to invoke an aspect?
Yes. It's now time to spend a fate point.
Yes.
Yay.
Alright, and you're invoking that for a re-roll, right?
No, for +2 or whatever.
Alright, well, Paulina now 3D prints a golden crown, precisely twice as good as the previous one.
I like the fact that she just has gold reserves for the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Alright, Milk, try this one on for size.
It's
Right.
got watermelon gems.
Does it look like seeds?
I just feel like this new one's gonna scuff if we start to get some activity going. I think I prefer the plastic one.
Your horns keep it safe.
Just wear both.
I
Double
try to put one on top of the other.
Do they stack?
The golden crown is slightly larger than the plastic one.
Wait! I slam my hand on my knee, and I give the slightly lesser one to my good friend, the Babble Monster.
Did we print out
I
which
forgot.
means...
Does Babylon also have nobility papers?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't think so.
Doesn't matter.
Royal Guard of the Royal Guard.
I think we could pass him off as a pet.
That's really rude, Jazz.
So what did the Babylon Monster
He's
say?
right there listening to you.
Milk.
What is the Babylon Monster saying this time and last time?
Thank you, my dear friend Milk. I will accept your gift.
And...
I am not a pet.
Oh, and I'll also be right back.
Alright, well.
Well,
Actually, I guess we don't need to pass off anyone as a pet. Why was I thinking that was necessary?
I have 42 children, so I'm happy. Also a hive mind.
Okay, I'm back.
What
Did
club?
it.
So all this was for the purpose of visiting the king?
Nah,
all
just
this-
for
Just
For the,
for looking noble.
appearance.
For traveling? Okay.
it just
now
makes
that
it
you've gone
simpler.
and traveled for a while. You gotta put on disguises so you can travel.
Well, no, we as nobility were looking at the place like, is this worthy scuffing up our top tier clothing and entourage?
No, we're just scouting out the local fashion.
Yeah, we work differently. We're from another planet. Our nobility works differently than other nobility.
So are you now
We just
bringing the Babbler monster?
Well, yeah.
Oh dear.
Do I need to make the Babbler monster royal clothes?
Ah, he's got a crown. He's fine.
I like to think that, despite all the odds, the Undying Emperor sees the Babbler monster, and the executioner's like sharpening their axe, and then the the Undying Emperor is like, "No, wait, he's perfect."
He is worthy, handsome Mjolnir.
What was that? What was that?
Mjolnir? It's
No,
Thor's
no.
hammer.
I know. I just heard a voice like 18 rooms away.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
All right, so I do believe we are ready to continue our search. So shall
Yes. Yes. Do it. Let's.
we? All right.
Alright,
I
what are you
leave the
looking
ship.
for?
Oh,
Have we already asked like any actual authorities about what's going on, or are we just gonna be like
Nope.
wandering around looking for weird stuff?
We have made no attempt to ask people about the monsters themselves. We've only made an attempt to ask about one of the places that one of the monsters usually shows up at.
Okay. Then
You know nothing about the other 6 other than their names.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well then, let's go to the nearest town square, find someone in authority, policeman or what have you, ask them what's been going on. I'm sure they have plenty of reports on these monsters.
I mean, the whole thing about them, though, is that they're myths, so most people... well, I guess everyone is aware of the emulator.
The emulator might be an exception, though. There are 7 of them.
Might be, but it's still our best lead.
Out of character, I think the Yeti Drake sounds like the most interesting encounter, but the twist creature sounds like the most interesting creature.
I want to do the twists.
Do you
Yeah.
want to do a new straw poll on which
Oh
of the
boy.
last six we?
Well, I don't know if this is straw, because here we just don't know anything. Like,
Yeah.
whatever clue we can find on anyone is good.
Yeah, I think we should just go around asking about and then seeing what happens. Like I assume
Okay.
we'll either find information on it or run into whatever monster shows up next.
Alright,
Good
sounds
thing you're
like
up
a
to me,
group
then.
contacts.
Oh.
Contacts. It's
How's that gonna work?
The same as
same
usual.
way as the lore group thing.
Okay, so... Well, I got 1, so I can contribute 1.
Also have one.
I have
So,
none, I believe.
I have none.
So
Chaz
just the
knows
two.
no one.
Just the 2 then.
Yep. Oh, you don't... So, 4. Hey.
Alright,
I
you
will
gonna invoke
just
anything?
get the killers.
You could like re-roll that.
I don't think I've got an aspect for that.
That is 3 minuses in there.
Well, it's a -2 roll.
So we're talking to the NPCs about this stuff, and I have habitual NPC. I could spend a fate point for that.
No.
I feel like your aspect of con man means it's very easy for you to speak with people, though. So searching by asking peeps, like, I think,
That would
That's how-
definitely apply.
yeah, that,
Alright then. Should I reroll or should I take 2?
Oh, definitely
Take 2
roll,
movies.
dude.
Like,
I
it's a
suppose.
-2, so on average it would just do the same thing.
Oh, alright.
Please, how about this? Unsquashable endurance. It's not that I'm good at asking, but I won't stop until we find what we're looking for.
Mhm.
Come on.
I'll accept it.
Yeah.
So that's a 6. 7, even though I guess that worked.
By 7.
Well, I'm not sure, like, Strike just did a thing, but I'm not sure if
So,
it counts in
plus
groups.
6 then.
Okay.
So it's an 8.
Oh.
Oh, you did already include the +2 from us in that roll.
Alright, so there are 6 things left. You've got 8 facts to distribute.
We
I
could.
want to know more about the twist monster.
The twist creature.
Twist creature.
Fuse, would it be out of line to ask for a reposting of the names so we don't have to scroll back up each time?
I guess that would make sense.
It'll cost a fate coin though.
It'll cost a consequence.
Hey!
We got 8, so we get
Alright, so
1
I'm
guarantee.
gonna like just ask in the order of People showing up on the Roll20 room. Jazz.
What am I asking in?
Which of these
You're-
things do you want to learn something about?
Let's see. The swarm kraken.
Right. The swarm kraken are rumored to live outside of the city, all around bodies of water. They are many, and they act as one.
Bit like Sroik.
Twist
Milk.
creature.
The twist creature is a thing that is occasionally seen by people, supposedly, within the city. It has the ability to morph its body into any shape, to squeeze into any space.
We still have this music going on.
Sure do. Winnie.
Spike Dominator.
The Spike Dominator is a creature that is large. It has a lot of spikes, and it is a quadruped. It lives outside of the city limits, but nearby enough to cause some distress for people.
Spiny.
Yeah, it's a big spiny.
Jimothy.
What's left? The flare drainer.
The Flare Drainer is a creature that roams the city. Not many details are known about what it looks like, because it attacks by emitting a blinding light. When the people who are affected are able to see again, one person in the area will have been drained of all of their life force.
Oh boy.
Srike.
So we've got stuff on the flare, the spike, the swarm, and the twist. I'm going to go with twist again.
So the Yeti Drake is the only one we haven't done yet.
Clay shifter.
Also, a
And
twist.
Yeti twist. I'm going for twist creature. We haven't done anything about the clay shifter or the Yeti drake.
Oh yeah, the clay shifter.
Twist creature again. As it spins its body parts, they shrink, and it can do this strategically to change its body shape, which is how it's able to fit in anything. It can also untwist itself into very large proportions, and you have a general area where it's been sighted.
Does that area have a name?
I'm gonna see what the Yeti Drake is about.
The Yeti Drake is a very, very large draconic entity that lives outside of the city area. It is sighted occasionally by people wandering in the wasteland. And it's believed to be the reason for a number of those people not coming back. Right, 2 more questions for the group.
Should get at least one thing for a clay shifter.
I agree with that.
The clay shifter is a clay-based entity that can change its shape and color. It is also within the city.
So, I'm not asking this unless the group. Okay, we could ask about a creature and get a general piece of info. Could we also ask a specific question about a creature with a guaranteed answer?
Alright.
I want to ask the group if it's okay to ask this. It might not help us find it, but I'm dying to know, are people more afraid of the Yeti Drake or the Undying Emperor?
Huh.
The Undying Emperor, hands down.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
want to
like-
ask it unless the whole group is willing to ask it.
Yeah, like you can't stay away from the Drake just by staying in the city.
That
of the
doesn't even take a question.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's obvious.
So why would
We
people
could-
stay in the city then?
You could even maybe even ask about the shrine emulator if you want to ask more details, but
I think we got enough to work off of with all of these now.
But we still
Yeah, I
have
was like confused. Do we still have one question left?
You have one thing.
I would
What do you wanna know
propose
about?
more about the flare drainer, if everyone else is put
Sure.
in there.
That one's dangerous.
Sure.
'cause
yeah,
it's
that one's
pretty
dangerous
light.
enough
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so I don't want to actually confront it directly, so yeah, that seems good.
Right. You managed to track down one of the survivors. This is a man named Frurge.
Spell it. Yeah, that's about right. I think they sell those at Dairy Queen.
All right. Well, we have our information now. So, personally, I feel like we need to, since we have a witness, I would say the flame creature or the flare drainer would be our first go-to.
Strike would like to pursue the twist creature. Yeah, Strike feels like Strike has the greatest ability to chase down the twist creature, given that they both have the ability to get in out of places fairly easily.
Jazz wants to see a dragon.
Well, it's not a dragon, it's a drake.
Well, it's dragon enough.
It's a good first step.
I guess I'd put my vote for the flare drainer too, or finding the survivor anyway.
Are there any other ways that you want to try to gather information?
I mean, we could also ask, I guess, Paulina if she has anything.
Like we could
As
just
the Emperor.
I think at this point we've decided to avoid the emperor.
Yeah.
I know.
At this
Alright.
point, we might as well add the Emperor onto this list. Like, seriously.
I think we'll just
Fair
learn
point.
about the emperor more as we just explore.
yeah, so we've mentioned libraries and stuff multiple times before, so at least
So
somebody
you
should
could
check those out.
investigate or computer.
Yeah, if Strike wasn't Strike, Strike would have absolutely gone to a library at this point. But I don't think Strike knows what a
Like,
library
if
is.
you do
You also
ask
can't
Paulina,
read.
That too.
I can roll a computer for that.
For what? Library?
For Paulina. Searching the internet.
Isn't that what we've done before?
Yeah, that was the first thing that clued us in on what they were.
Yeah, we
Oh,
already asked
So you
questions
haven't done
about.
lore then.
No, we haven't.
We've done
Oh.
law for the Emperor, but not that, yeah. We haven't done investigate either.
Oh, Strike has investigate.
So Strike's gonna hit the books.
I've got investigate as well. I've
What's your
actually
investigate at?
2.
Same. Also, Strike can't read.
I have investigated too.
Could I get a fate
Strike's
point
gonna
for
eat
not
the
reading?
books.
You
Can I
can
get
look
a-
at the pictures.
I can read the books.
I don't think that's
It's
one.
not actually having an effect here, since Timothy can just do the same.
Okay. Well, I can't. Could I get a fate point if I don't help? Or
Yes.
because I can't help, rather?
Right.
Yay.
Strike cannot help.
Okay. I'll help then.
That's a mass fate points. Just be useless. Well, not useless, but just being unable to do
Right,
stuff.
Anybody else
Yeah,
have investigate?
I don't have investigate, but I can't get a fate point for it.
Nope.
Well, Sroik can't read.
Alfred
Is the
has
problem.
+2.
Jazz has burglary. That's pretty close.
Alright, so Jimothy +1.
No, Alfred?
What if we asked Alfred to manifest
Oh, wow.
5 is pretty good.
Ooh.
So you got 6 more questions.
What if we asked Alfred to manifest a book with all the information we seek?
I probably
It's
have
just-
to roll fairly high on that, but I could do it.
It just spells woof on every page.
Alright,
I
what
can
more
read
do you
that.
want to know about?
6 more questions. So one for everybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jazz.
I want to know more about the Yeti Drake.
Alright, the Yeti Drake lives in a nearby mountain, you've been able to find out, where it keeps a treasure hoard.
Ooh. You thinking what I'm thinking?
Timothy changed where he prefers to strike.
Milk.
Nah.
Tell me about the Spiny.
The Spike Dominator has the ability to fire its spikes, similar to how a porcupine can't.
Similar to the myth of the porcupine.
Yeah.
I wonder if its spines are fixed or flexible like that of a porcupine.
They are fixed.
I hope that
The
wasn't one of my
Spike
questions.
Dominator... No, it's not.
Okay, good. I will clarify when I'm asking the question.
The Spike Dominator uses this to hunt and is indiscriminate in its hunting. It shouldn't be an issue as long as you're not within its territory.
Like many other things.
Winnie.
So far, it sounds like the Yeti Drake is still one of the most dangerous. So another on that.
Right. The Yeti Drake has both scales and fur, and it breathes ice. It is
Like
also
frost?
highly intelligent.
Like frost or like cubes? Like crystallized water? It's like, do it breathe cold or does it breathe... Yeah, never mind.
Something along those lines.
All the time, ice cubes falling out its mouth.
Blah.
Perfect cubes.
If it breathes ice, then that means that if there's not ice around, it chokes to death.
I like the idea of it just breathing like
Timothy.
one solid
So
block
we
of ice.
barely know anything about the Swarm Kraken.
Alright. The Swarm Kraken is a number of giant squid creatures.
That's something we already know.
They make
Oh.
up a large amount of the life within the oceans. And they enjoy tearing apart anything that gets nearby.
So there's very many in the sea.
Yeah, it's like the whole sea biome somehow is one mind. That's weird.
Let's avoid the water.
Don't get in the water.
Let's stay in the city in general.
Sroik.
Alright, so what creatures do we have 2 on so far? We have 2 on...
Everything except the Clay Shifter.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess Clay Shifter then.
The Clay Shifter is an intelligent entity, and it enjoys playing tricks on people. It is not dangerous.
That's the one we get to kill. Got it.
No killing. that's what it says.
Self-defense.
Self-defense is the
Oh,
one that's hardest
yeah.
to kill.
Or we enrage it and actually make it harmful.
And while it can change its color and shape, it cannot change its mass
Ah, so it
or
can
its
be like...
consistency.
So we have like a pound of feathers.
Kilogram of steel? Or kilogram of feathers?
Can it separate its mass into 2 pieces?
Maybe.
We have one question left, and it belongs
Alfred.
to Alfred.
Okay, so I'm going to. Well, actually, I might be able to do this. I'm going to ask. Well, let me ask you something first. After I ask the question, am I able to ask the good boy about his opinion on each of these monsters?
You can attempt.
Okay, but that wouldn't count as this question.
What is your question?
Okay, I'll just give the question. I'll just go ahead and ask for. What was the one? What was the one that we had the what do you call it? The witness on?
The flare drainer.
Okay, I want a little more info on the flare drainer.
It sounds like the most dangerous one, given that it's in the city limits.
Alright. You
So-
managed to find a list of all of the locations where it has attacked previously.
Oh, okay.
They are all within the same general area. And you think you might know where it could have a lair.
Okay. Cool. Now, since we used up all the questions, I'm going to go ahead and roll for Good Boy's opinion. Which, would that be magic? Or
Give me
Yeah.
a rapport.
rapport? Oh, perfect. I got +1 in that. I think this is the first time I've used it. And I rolled a 4.
Can I assist him in rapport?
No.
Fair enough.
Clay Shifter, good. Flare Drainer, bad. Spike Dominator, okay. Swarm Kraken, bad. Twist Creature, bad. Yeti Drake, okay.
We still haven't figured out why the twist creature is dangerous.
I mean, it sounds like just like a ridiculous, like.
It's silly putty that's alive. You know?
Yeah, apparently
it
it
can
attacks
enter any-
people.
It can go anywhere, shrink and grow at will, and seems to be like a destructive force of some kind.
Goes into people's mouths and then gets bigger.
And you still haven't used lore.
Alright.
We'll wait for Sasha for this.
So I would like to. Okay, first of all, just to clarify. Inside the city, Flare Drainer, Twist Creature, and Clay Shifter.
Yep.
Outside the city, Yeti Drake, Spike Dominator, Swarm, Kraken.
Yep.
Alright, so the 3 outside the city might be the more difficult to find. The 3 inside the city, more prominent importance to the city at large, to us, possibly, if we can count to them. I say if we wanted to go a noble route, quote unquote, we would want to pursue and perhaps capture the dangerous creatures within the city. If we want to save more trouble for ourselves later, we might want to get more information on the whereabouts of these, well, besides the Swarm Kraken, because it's apparently everywhere. So
Yeah.
either I say Yeti Drake, Flare Drainer, or Twist Creature. We know where the Twist Creature is generally. We have an idea where the Flare Drainer has a lair, maybe.
I mean, just putting that out there, Swarm Kraken's gonna be real easy. All we need to do is like find a net and fish out a few fishes. They're probably part of the Kraken Swarm, and there we go, job done.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, do we want to go for the
What's
easy
that?
one, or do we
They're
want to go for the
giant
hard?
cephalopods, so I don't think a net would work for that.
Well, it's like almost all life in sea, so it's maybe not just cephalopods, right?
Let's just make it simpler and just have me conjure them.
The Swarm
Just like-
Kraken are giant squids.
Yeah.
Catch some babies then.
Yeah.
We'll send the what was it, the monster, the Babylon monster after it.
Just send the
So,
Battler monster to fight them all one at a time.
So
Helena can go underwater.
creatures we have leads on is the Flare Drainer, the Twist Creature, and that's inside the city. We have the Swarm Drake or Swarm Kraken. We have the Spike Dominator is near the city, so we have a lesser area to search. We don't know where the Yeti Drake is.
It's in a mountain.
It's in the mountain.
Oh, a mountain.
Like in the wasteland and the mountains. So, but it's also probably the most dangerous of the lot.
Yeah, but it is intelligent, so it's not something that will necessarily lash out. We don't know.
Yeah.
That depends what intelligent means. Like, it could be intelligent as in sapient or intelligent as cunning. You know, like
Sure.
But like,
clever girls in Jurassic Park.
if it's that kind of intelligent, like we can just do a quick interview and job's done. We don't need to fight
Yeah.
it or anything.
Hey, it's like we have a boatload of money, and we want to know about you. We could easily bribe it to just like tell us about yourself.
But the Yeti Drake demands imperfection.
Good.
Good.
Then that'll be easy.
Meanwhile, the two people with burglaries are going to sneak into its lair and steal all its shit.
So we could pursue stronger leads on the things we have leads on, or we could pursue any leads on the things we don't.
I think we just have to vote at this point.
Frankly,
First,
Jimothy doesn't
figure out
Yeah.
how many
Lord.
questions you have to work with.
So like, I'm gonna have to get going, so I'll let y'all finish that without me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
So just someone like summarize what was decided, and I'll be
Sure.
alrighty. I would wish to end with y'all. I just can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that means
Okay.
somebody else is going to have to write the notes.
Yep.
Yes.
I already am, like, trying to at least.
All right.
Or if you could just copy paste what he's reading from.
I'm
Alright,
not
that's-
reading from anything.
Oh, you're just making it up. Okay. I thought you made these in advance.
I was planning on it, but then I didn't.
All
I'm
right.
actually probably gonna have to leave in about 15 minutes myself.
All right. So talk to y'all later.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.
All
We're
right.
just going to finish getting the information and then end off for today.
Yes. Lore. Who has lore? You know who
Just
has lore?
Sweeney at
Huh?
Just Sweeney at this point.
Sasha
Can milk
has
still
lore.
help?
Yeah, but she isn't here.
It's
She's
true.
nice as milk.
I was gonna try to ask before Valkai left if he was going to
Yeah.
help.
Milton does have one lore. So yeah, plus
add
I
one.
was going to suggest you just wait until next session to when Sasha is.
Nope, here it is.
4.
4 questions.
Yep.
I remember us rolling a 4 on something and getting 8 questions for it.
I think we added some bonuses onto it.
Yeah, like you didn't add any
That was
bonuses.
something that wasn't important, I think.
Oh. Sure.
Who's the
Oh,
note,
no, yeah.
note taker?
That's because we. I was doubling it because I didn't think that we were going to come back to this, but then we did.
Okay. Appreciate it.
It's not important. What are your 4?
Oh.
Who's deciding? Or rather,
Uh,
who isn't deciding?
So as I
Since
said
I don't have
before,
lore.
there are basically 4 creatures that are important to find.
Winnie is definitely asking something.
Sure.
Jimothy does not get a question.
Oh.
So
Jimothy is probably just leaving.
yeah, out of character, I would put my vote in to say that Flare Drainer, Twist Creature, Yeti Drake, and we don't know where the Clay Shifter is, so Clay Shifter.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright, which
Sure.
ones?
The 3 inside the city, and also the Yeti Drake.
Okay. So the Clay Shifter. The clay shifter enjoys taking the appearance of a street performer and performing for money in the market district every day.
That's like my
Never
kind
the
of thing.
same instrument.
That's amazing.
And I
love
think
it.
the twist creature specifically, it'd be nice to know, why does the good boy consider it bad?
The flare drainer.
Wait, how good is he as an entertainer?
Depends on the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgot who was good, bad, and okay again.
Flare drainer bad, clay shifter meh, or good. I think clay shifter was good.
Yeah, clay shifter was good.
The twister is bad. The spike dominator, that was meh. That was whatever.
mad. Drake was bad. The Kraken was.
The Drake was a fine.
Drake was fine, and the Kraken is bad.
Okay. Got to fix that up.
So, flare drainer.
The victims of the flare drainer seem to have like some kind of like almost metaphorical life force drained out of them. They shrivel up, but there's no physical reasoning behind why they would be doing that.
Still have all their humidity, their water and
Like-
stuff.
All their blood is still there, the water in their blood,
Yep.
their bones, their muscles,
Everything's still there, they just shrivel and die.
That's Metroid stuff.
And it's been doing this for quite some time. Like, years.
And we still don't know what it looks like.
Nobody does.
No, she said almost nobody.
The entire point is that nobody gets to see it.
Mm. I mean, has anybody tried, like,
Thinking.
sunglasses?
Jazz
They
will
don't
take on
help.
the flare drainer.
Or there's eclipse glasses, man.
Oh no, they found me.
Run!
Hey, twist creature. The twist creature loves to hide inside of things that are too small for a normal thing to hide inside of. Especially things that try to run away when it wants to get inside of them.
Clench your buttholes.
Sounds like it.
It likes to hide inside of people and then kill them from within.
Okay.
I have a plan.
It just finds that fun.
So it's not technically malicious.
I mean, you
Kill
kill
people
someone
for
because you
fun.
find it.
Not malicious.
Yeah.
I'm already a skeleton, so good luck on that thing.
It's gonna hide in your
My
bone
bone!
marrow.
Oh,
Bones
no.
are
Well,
porous.
then it would only destroy one bone at a time.
And the Yeti Drake.
Does the twist creature have the same mass as a regular person in a normal sense?
Unknown.
Okay.
It seems to like that size most of all. Like,
What
that's
size?
its the size that it naturally gravitates towards. The
What
size
size?
of a person.
Okay, sure.
Meanwhile, the Yeti Drake is as old as the Empire.
Huh.
It has been known to be capable of speech, and has sometimes conversed with people as they traveled.
So you
Okay.
said earlier that they do end up dead a lot from seeing the
Sometimes, yeah.
Drake.
So, or maybe just that it gets blamed for stuff that it actually wasn't responsible for, possibly. Is a possibility, at least.
Alternatively, it could be like it hates the Hanesh so much, so it kills any Hanesh that it sees.
It has been sighted swooping in and picking up people.
Alright.
And not giving them back.
Well, that's rude.
It's probably feeding its young.
Or just as a harem of people just hanging out.
It's actually
all the
feeding
time.
its elders.
It's just bringing them to the Valhalla.
I've heard the word party.
There's just another secret underground city that you're not allowed to leave.
And that is everything that you're able to find out or already know about these things.
Cool.
I mean, that's decent.
Alright, anybody got all written down?
I hope
Alright,
somebody
so
does.
copy paste all that into a Word document, send it over to you, Watt, and you can move on.
New planet.
I suppose they would like to have confirmation of stuff that they actually exist or stuff, you know. Who knows?
Hey, we can
Gotta
just go to the
verify all
Yeti.
these rumors.
Just go to the
Like, as far
Yeti
as-
drink.
Like, as far as Jimmy is concerned, he's done. But I guess Sasha would have other ideas about that.
Probably. We can always just ask the Yeti Drake. The Yeti Drake might even know about some of these other monsters. If it's as old as the kingdom itself.
So I
And
think
I'll just
Shrek,
give Sasha a question for each of the things that he has.
I think
which is
Shrek
all
is
of
the
these.
perfect thing to chase down the twist creature, because canonically Shrek's like epidermis is completely non-porous. A. B. Digestive system 100% efficient. So the only hole this twist creature could go into, it will not be leaving.
And he won't
Yeah.
stink.
That's right.
Alright,
Very
so Sasha's going to have 4 questions when available,
Nice.
and this will be a minor milestone.
Hey.
Okay.
Though we got more accomplished than we usually do.
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Wait,
You guys did your job.
It's nice now
And
that
didn't
we
kill
know what
anyone
it is.
illegally.
Didn't kill anyone who didn't sign up for it.
Okay. A
Well,
research episode.
what are the laws about killing people here?
Yeah, one episode when Sasha isn't here, we do everything just according to protocol.
Being in society has changed everyone.
Yeah, magic got nerfed, and then everybody just started being 100% civilized.
Oh no, I just realized I passed up the opportunity for Shrek to not know what money is, see it, think it's garbage.
Oh well, I mean, there's always tomorrow. I mean,
To
next
say
week.
the only way Shrike would have money is just picking up loose change from the floor, but he
Or the entire betting table.
I think there's
Okay,
people
well-
watching over that.
I'm going to
Fair.
end the stream here.
All
See
right.
y'all next time.
Alright.
Later.
yeah.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye. Okay.
That was fun.
More or less the I don't know if I'd say filler episode, but like the episode setting everything up for the adventures to come.
OBS is crashing.
Yeah.
It's a setting establishing.